Hey, everybody. How we doing?
Ooh. Well, it's Friday. It do be frying that day.
Luckily, we have a lot more people here today, and we get to have some good old times as the party exists in the city of Sojupen.
If by good times you mean half the city burning down. Hey, that sounds kind of familiar.
Hey, it does sound kind of familiar. Isn't that weird how that just keeps happening?
Yeah.
How come every city we visit turns up in flames?
Gee, Rifter, I don't know. Why does every city we visit turn up in flames?
I don't know. We should stop doing that.
A weed eater.
Who's this we you're talking about?
Dude, we.
What are
Listen,
you,
listen.
French?
We, yes. No,
I have zero respect for you
What is
because
with this
that
shadow slime you got going on?
I
uh,
think that's meant to be Rifter Kirby, but edgy.
yes. Kinda. It started off that way, and now it's just Rifter Kirby in the shadows.
No, very
Ah, yes, he's
sneaky.
using the hide bonus action in the dark corner.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You couldn't see Rifter Kirby because he would have a 30 in stealth, lol.
Mm.
Yes, of course. He will not roll the one, I know it.
Yeah. My
Mm.
friend my dear Riftar would never do that. Anyway, but
Especially
yeah,
not
no.
on a perception roll.
Yeah, I
Mm.
would never. Shh.
Bam.
Shut up, Dad. Um,
Mm.
no, yeah. So, but it's strange how every city we go to ends up in flames, isn't it, guys?
Wow, well, crazy.
Somehow I don't think it's that strange. Not at this point, at least.
Well, then, everybody here and ready to get into it?
Yes.
Alright. When the party last left off, they were in the city square, observing how one part of the city is currently on fire, which is in fact not the location that they had recently had from in fleeing from the court after they were pardoned, well, not pardoned, temporarily dismissed by Executor Paralon. Its smoke billows in the air and lofts gently outside the city in an almost peaceful manner, especially compared to the activities that would be causing it.
Damn,
Fires
we're
are
gonna get
not
blamed for
very
this.
fires are not very frequent in our Hectorum, so it is quite a strange sight. What do you choose to do?
Damn, I hope we don't get blamed for this too.
If I were betting man, I would say our scion is somewhere around there, trying to draw attention away from himself.
Perhaps. It's the only place we have to look right now. And to answer your question, Doppler, the odds are near certain.
That feels right.
That is, if we can't exonerate ourselves.
Aye. So,
Let's get to it then.
we head in the general direction.
You head in the general direction of the area which is engulfed in flames.
The general direction of your mom.
Nice, good one.
Oh no.
Oh, I thought I muted myself. I brought my mic up, and apparently it didn't go all the way, so it didn't mute.
Top tier.
As you head there and get much closer, you see that the area is completely just in shambles. Some of the stone buildings are still active, but many bits of the mostly wooden buildings are completely trampled and there is no smoke. You smoky man. Those are
No
charred
smoke.
corpses.
Oh,
Oof.
oh,
Uh,
that is
Oh,
the
unfortunate.
city is burning with multiple people having been burned. Uh, some parts with just completely ashen wood, absolutely smoldering, as is there, from which you guys are so graciously pinging. Multiple of the buildings that are wood are currently collapsing. with a couple keynotes of the scene to be shown. Firstly, she is helping some of the people out of that building. Secondly, he is trying to lift some of the beams here to get into that building. Third, he is simply standing around outside of that building. And third, wow, that's not math. Fourth,
Lord.
that cleric is currently tending to the wounds of one of the guards as well as one of the children.
Nox is going to go ahead and rush over to help the Goral help that I'm assuming dad and daughter or just child and civilian.
Yes.
Lork is going to help this guard try and lift the beam.
Alright. Would you like to go ahead and give me ye old strength-a-roo?
Would that be athletics?
Yes, it would.
Thank you.
It is not budging. You're able to get it to creak a little bit, but ultimately it is a very heavy piece of wood.
Can I tell if my compatriot is even lifting, bro?
He is, but he is a very young recruit. You're able to look in his face. He's probably not much older than like 16 or 17.
He's a baby. Darius makes his way over. I'm not much help, but I'll be the help that I can.
Please,
Maybe
there.
we can break the
Just
beam in half.
okay. You can go for that.
Yeah, Lork is going to try and hit it with temperance to try and damage the beam enough to snap it or something like that.
Make your attack damage roll. Alright, you cut through into it and you're starting to take chunks out of it. So, Mr. Knox, you have rushed over to that direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically, I'm just going to grab them and specifically the child, since I think I'm strong enough to grab the child and carry them, and just full on sprint in the other direction since I'm probably the fastest amongst everyone here.
You know what? Fair. You managed to get her a good distance away. How far will you be traveling? And
I'm gonna go
the
ahead and
father
bring
is
her.
like calling out to you as you grab her.
I'm
And
just gonna go ahead.
he starts trying to run with you, but he hobbles a little bit as his leg is severely burned.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave her over by Sloric, then come back over and get the dad. And then just make sure that my Goral, the no friends, is okay. And
She
then from
is.
there, I'm
She is
gonna
out
see.
here helping other people as well.
I'm gonna go ahead and look around. I'm going to try my best to perceive or like see if there are any like people in the buildings that need help. Like try to Spider-Man this shit and climb up and grab them down.
Okay, go ahead and give me your big perception.
Okay, cool. Let me. Where is he? There he is. Are you?
Rifter definitely would not natural one on his perceptions 2 times in a row, would he?
I don't.
That is very bizarre how that happened, isn't it?
It's almost like there's a thing called reliable talent that explicitly removes that.
Good thing it's a natural one. If it was a natural 2, he'd be fine, but he's not. So Rifter moves over and he puts his ear against the wall to like listen in on like each building, trying to figure out if there are people inside when some of the wood above him kind of gives way. Would you mind giving me a dexterity saving throw?
Not at all.
You surely wouldn't crit miss another one.
I don't have aura protection. I don't think, by the way.
The
Or
22 is good enough. As the wood falls down from the upper area, he is able to get out of the way as it falls. Doppler, you seem to be doing something.
Yeah, I was gonna head over to this official here and ask him where the injured were.
He steps outside and points over there where a woman is helping heal some of them. There are not many, but they are there. Before he runs out back and starts helping someone else out.
I rush on over.
Lork is gonna take another stab at trying to break this beam into a more manageable segment.
Strunoff, are you performing any activities?
He said he'd be right back. I don't know if he's
Oh, I did not hear that. That is my fault.
He,
It was
he,
in
he,
text.
he typed it, yeah.
Ah, I see. Then I did not read it. Haha.
Dude, do you even read, bro?
Nah. Do you even read, bro? Man, you're getting just as toxic as Jake.
Imagine reading.
Well,
Reading
since
bad.
we have a moment to just wait for that, does anybody have any music suggestions? Because I realized that I did not prepare music for this. I left the music section empty.
I'll DM you a pick that I think works.
Alright. I will trust you on it. You
Give
can
me a
just
second.
run it straight. You don't need to DM me it. I'm willing
We
to
will-
trust your judgment, and the council
we
will
will-
decide.
We will judge you heavily based on your action.
Oh no. Okay, well, piss. Okay, I guess I better make it a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Make a list, check it twice.
Dark Souls OST 1.
Bug Fable OST 45.
Mega Destroyer.
Mecha B Destroyer. Mecha B something else Destroyer.
Mecha B Lord Destroyer? Is that it? You know, actually, that does work very well. You know what? Bug Fable OST 45.
Is it 45? It might not be 45. It might be
It's
47.
45.
Okay.
Nope, it's just Mecha B Destroyer.
Okay. Destroyer Blast Lord.
Is it?
Yeah.
Am I able to make my
Nah, it
second?
is Destroyer Blastoid, but not B Blastoid.
Okay,
Destroyer.
I have a pick. Whenever.
Oh.
Yeah, whenever that's.
Am I
finished,
able
by
to
the
make
way.
my second swing at the beam, by the way?
You are.
Okay.
Shunoff is a little bit aback by it. The radiant damage seems to be doing basically nothing, as it is not a living creature. But some of the splinters go flying off as you continue to hack into it. You're about halfway through while he's like trying to hold onto it and really like give you good leverage.
Darius, do you mind offering a hand here?
Darius makes his way over. As he was just kind of like wimpy arm bracing it with the young boy, he's also just going to just be like, fine, this is probably better for me anyways, and take a swing at it as he summons his Phoenix Lance.
Oh. Magical slashing. As you stab and swing into it with the flame, it very quickly burns through and separates that section as that barrier collapses.
Alright, now you two grab that half, I'll grab this half.
Yep.
You drag them out over the course of about 15 seconds. You're able to get them out of the way.
Darius is going to run into the burning building.
There's a kid currently underneath some flaming rubble, still very much alive and screaming, trying to like pull out while also like crying. Very young
Lorik.
lad.
On it! Oh,
Darius is gonna like push up on the burning rubble like with his hands and like try and like give him some like leeway while Lorik pushes it off.
Lorik athletic advantage.
yo.
You just hard, just completely like all three of you just flip it over all the way. Just drop it on the other side.
Is there anyone else in this room?
Darius is gonna run around and check.
The kid is about 2 years old.
It's okay. You're safe now. Lork is going to try and bring the kid out to the other survivors.
He is crying and grabs onto your horns. And just hangs on to them.
Under normal circumstances, Lork would be annoyed, but these are not normal circumstances.
Nox is gonna go ahead and take a look inside this building. By the way, I'm gonna go ahead and see if there's anybody in there. I'm physically going to like go in there unless this
So
is super
that is
tall.
not a door. There is a door over here, and there's a crack in the wall here, which is currently like kind of occupied. As you approach, this guy kind of steps forward and says, "This building's been cleared out.
Okay.
It's dangerous to approach."
In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and back out. Since
Would
it's
you
like,
mind giving me a perception roll real quick?
sure. Hope I don't nat one again.
I hope you don't nat run again.
No, not one,
No nat run.
What's a 3?
not three.
Nat
I
3. That's 3
see.
times as good, which is actually like infinitely better. You hear faint voices coming from inside the building.
I just say, What do you mean?" And I put an ear out and I say, "Simply listen."
They were very faint, and you hear no more. And he just looks at you slightly strangely. There's no one in there. We've cleared it out. The only people left in there have gone. And then he kind of backs up and continues standing right next to the building.
I am going to move over here. I'm going to go ahead and try to sneak around this dude. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm just going around here so I can sneak back over here and get into this building.
Sure.
You
Okay.
find anyone else in there, Darius?
No, it seemed to be clear.
It's adopt that you
Good.
head your way over. There's about 4
Yeah.
people who are actually alive. Some of the other ones who have recently deceased. Most of the injuries are moderate burns.
Okay. So I'm going to take so just moderate burns on them. I'm gonna ask their permission to see if they want help.
2 of them give it. The guard is not in a state to respond. The kid does not say anything as the kid is being treated currently by the woman who has like flowing water that's like covering the burns and like kind of dissipating them.
Okay. So for the 2 that responded, I'm gonna use the uh cure wounds one. That's the melee one. I can't. It's not loading for me. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll use cure wounds at I don't know, first level probably if it's just minor burns, right? Or are they like pretty bad burns?
They're pretty bad burns.
Okay, let's try third level.
Okay.
So
Press
that's 2
the
third level
button.
spell slots from me.
Yeah.
I can't. It's not loading.
Ah, I see.
I can press my button for it if you want.
Sure. Because I'm just looking for
me-
the specific wording of it.
I know what you're thinking, and it's hold on. Let me. Oh, hold on. First off, I don't know why that has my mod on it. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, there we go. Now he gets to do it for real.
Yeah. But wait, no, I clicked this.
It's okay. We can work through the technicals of it later. Would you like to just click 3d8 and add
Yeah.
5 to it? Welcome back,
Welcome back.
Shinoff.
Cool.
So, Evan, where's that music?
Oh, I DM'd it to you because I wanted pre-approval. But as far as what I'm doing, I'm just trying to get into this building. I don't know if there's a window or if there's a side door or whatever.
As you walk to the side, you see that there's a little bit of a window jutting out just barely behind the collapsed pillar that's blocking it.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to try to go through there.
Okay. Are you just trying to squeeze your way through?
Yeah, basically.
Make me an acrobatics with disadvantage.
Okay. Well, reliable talent, don't fail me now. Didn't fail me now.
You're able to like squeeze in just a little bit, but like it's completely spiky with glass. It's unprepared. It's just not a very good spot to be able to like force your way through. You hear a very faint why, the sound of magic, and a conk.
Okay. Fuck this then. Invisibility cloak. I'm gonna just go ahead and go past this guy.
Like where?
Like this guy? Can I
Yeah,
not just?
I said that the door is like over here to the building.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't see where you're pinging. Left side or right side?
All the way over here, and like that side of the building is like completely destroyed, like
Uh, I,
completely collapsed.
I don't see where over here is the.
Yeah.
Oh, is that not? Oh, I need to be on a different layer. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Apparently,
Okay.
being on layers also like
I
changes pings.
I genuinely thought I was going insane.
Same.
This area over here, like this entire half of the building, is essentially just completely slid off and collapsed, just completely unpassable. And that's where the majority, that's like where the old door was.
So there's no way for me to enter, essentially.
Not without making your way through.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go back by that window. Is there a way I can like slash my way through?
You can try to push the beam out of the way. You can try to break the beam and whatever. Like you can do
I'm gonna
whatever
break
kind
it.
of shit you do. Doppler, you're able to tend to their wounds and get them to a point where they are not in immediate danger. Each you, would you like to describe it at all,
Oh, I'm sorry, wrong one.
Doppler? Alright, he's not here. Schönhoff, you are here as you see this entire alleyway on fire with multiple different people, like kind of scurrying about, trying to make sure that loved ones are okay as the fire rages on around. Unless you are not here as well, in which case that is greatly
No,
unfortunate.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm gonna step over to Lorik and ask what's going on here. What's the situation?
You know that Scion we're trying to find, right?
Yeah.
We believe they might be in this area. Trying to help the survivors and find whoever they are.
This is going to get complicated, isn't it?
Aye, almost certainly. Can you try to find the... Can you try to find Nox while we continue onward?
Sure thing. And I'm gonna stop like scanning the city for the Scion or anything suspicious with my eye and try and find Nox with it instead.
And try to what?
Find Nox instead with the arcane eye.
Did you actually put on a invisibility cloak yet, Mr. Rifter, or was that a...
Not if it was that easy to just walk over. I thought that the entrance was where the guard was. So
Got it.
that's the reason why I wanted to do that.
You would have seen where it was and known that it's not just right next to him. So
Yeah.
you're able to quickly discover that Nox is right up there.
I just shout out to my bigger and puffer party members. Lord, help!
Darius, seeing Nox over there, also rushes over.
What did you get yourself into?
I think there's someone who needs our help.
Doppler, the blonde woman, kind of hands you the child and starts like grabbing one of the guards and helping pull them like off to the side, trying to get them out of the general area.
Can I send my eye in there and see like what's up?
You can.
I do so.
You managed to like crack a little hole in the glass, give it enough room for the arcane eye to move through. I will place your arcane eye in just a moment.
I'll take the kid with me and follow them.
Yeah. That's the one we've been using most of the time, so let's use that.
This is some banger music.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Shut the fuck up. I'm listening to Bug Fables OST 45.
Wait, Hate's here? Wait, that's based!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard them say anything yet. I was like, what?
I assumed that he was AFK for that reason.
Can you see from that, Shunha?
I see the icon, yeah.
But you do not see from it?
I do not.
Uh,
I can move it though.
what about now? Let's find out if that reveals around the corner now.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it's
Alright,
working.
fantastic. So, you managed to boom, pluck it right through the pocket in the window. And as you move around that corner, you see just the glint of some red and gold armor with a hawk's crest on it before they disappear into like magical like dust.
Who is this before me now?
You would recognize that as the captain of the guard of the city.
It's the captain of the guard. We need to get in there.
Look at the pillar. That's so it's like the pillar completely like almost like tilted, blocking the window.
It is like through part of the window, just like completely jammed
Mhm.
within it.
So on the part that that is like at the window, in an attempt to like wrap it, like increase the burning rate of it, and like incinerate a portion of it to like make more space in the window. He's going to use his his radiant bonfire and try and combust some of the pillar that's in the window.
Alright, go ahead and go for it. At this point, hey, you managed to catch up since it was in fact something that was rather noticeable once part of the city caught on fire. You were certainly like, wow, that seems interesting. I would assume at least, correct?
Sounds about right.
Alright. So you finally managed to make your way up as you see multiple of them starting to burn down that pillar in that area. Just as multiple of... Well, that's not right. Just as multiple of these individuals here begin to be moved out and brought to a safer location.
Much longer, Darius.
Doing the only thing that seems logical in this situation. I'm gonna walk up to Lorik and ask why Darius is setting the town on fire.
He's not setting the town on fire. He is attempting to get that pillar out of the way.
I knew they'd find us guilty.
Relax, my flames are far more controlled than that.
Much longer, Darius.
He's currently just holding the bonfire on it, so like it would
It
be
probably
taking
takes about
every
like
round.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. That's like,
Yes,
how many Ds is that?
that is many. Yeah, remember, structures have a lot of hit points.
Can you go any faster? There was someone in there with him.
I'm sorry, would you care to help?
Rifter's just slashing at it.
It takes about
oh no,
15
that's
seconds
that's a
and it
large
cracks.
radius.
Essentially, the trial went wrong. The Inquisitors were slain, and we're trying to find the culprit and save the townspeople.
Rifter Naruto runs in that direction.
Oh.
Don't.
Hey, you wouldn't have happened to notice anyone suspicious on your way here, would you have?
Did I?
I wouldn't say so. Mostly just people running away, you know, things that normal human individuals and normal elf individuals would be doing. Like
Part of the city is on fire, and most people, leave.
correct.
Hate's like, huh. So we'll walk in that direction.
So I guess the most suspicious thing you would see is one of the people took out an easel and started drawing the scene.
What the fuck?
Dude, people are fucked up.
Yeah, I can tell.
No.
He's not
Bernhard,
fucked
where
up.
is he?
He's down that corridor right ahead of you.
He's like making his way between the the burning logs, or the burning portions of the house.
I'll be right back, Kate.
So is the captain like lodged under anything?
Yes, he's completely underneath of that giant piece of wood, completely unconscious.
All right, Lorik.
You try to drag him out. I will try to lift that.
Alright, same thing as last time.
Heave.
Uh-oh.
Remember, it's advantage.
Oh, advantage.
You are
Thank
you are in fact getting the big help.
Thank you.
Here, you don't quite flip it over all the same, but you do manage to push it enough out of the way such that he is no longer being crushed by it.
Alright.
Lorik, you carry him out. I'm going to look in the rest of the building. He said something about another person.
Alright.
No, the building is clear. He
Okay.
disappeared. And on Lorik's way out, I catch him for a moment.
Alright.
You're pretty knowledgeable about other groups, right? Whether they be good people or criminals, right?
Make your points turn off. Time is scarce.
There is a knight in there, crimson and gold, with a hawk emblem on him. He disappeared as soon as I caught a glimpse of him.
Fudge. That seems like it might be a defunct Tilitas crest. If that's the case, then this is tied together with what happened at Cospin.
Figures.
The imposter who wore the skin of Tilitas. Lork turns to the other guard there. He's like, you said this building was clear, yes?
It is.
Then what did you call having your captain of the guard unconscious under burning rubble in there?
He walks around the corner.
We got him out now.
And he looks.
The token.
He looks. And he looks at nothing.
Whoa, you can't just gaslight us like that. We would notice if the person that was literally like we're carrying out is suddenly gone when we're sitting next to him.
Except you didn't. Like I did it like 20 seconds ago.
No, but you did. I did. I just didn't want to say anything because you were talking.
Oh, okay. Yes, like if you notice that, like he just disappears while you're carrying him out.
What in the
What's
goddamn?
going on here?
Something very sinister, that's what.
This is that goddamn abomination's machination.
Darius is gonna go back in and check again.
Well, is this situation under control or escalating wildly? I
wouldn't
genuinely
have
can't
it under
tell.
control.
Escalating wildly.
We're dealing with a Scion. We have no idea their capabilities. And... Any luck, Darius?
Nothing yet. You hear muffled from the inside of the building. He makes his way out. Oh, where'd they go?
We're over here.
Sort of looks over and starts like mildly jogging over.
DM, what is this thing?
There is a very small area in what used to be like a garden just underneath that piece of collapsed rubble where there is a like circular. It's almost like the design of a portal, but very small. A small ring of runes.
Turn off. Can you identify that?
Sure thing.
Arcana.
I'm pulling up my page for the first time. Hold on.
Sure.
Oof.
Never lucky.
Relatable.
Very relatable. It's a ring of runes.
Is that all I'm able to get out of it?
Yep. They're in like an Elvish script, and that's about it.
Can I attempt something even though I don't have proficiency, or?
I mean, if you want to, sure. The save will be a little harder.
Yeah, coupled with me getting it too.
They're scribbly scrabbles.
I'm not entirely certain why they're saying they're runes. It's clearly a children's drawing.
Where in the hell are they?
Darius makes his way over, like slightly panting. Then he's not in the room anymore.
Rifter is going to go ahead and write down this rune in his notebook.
Let's keep moving. Maybe we can find them before they leave the city.
You see, as one of the runes, like about 2/3 of them were lit up, and suddenly one more of them unlights.
I'm moving my
Yep.
eye
see
out
it.
of the building into a bird's eye view.
Yep. You get up, and you know the only thing you notice that's out of the ordinary is a little bit of stuff going on over here,
To the left, or?
where I put his eye.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And what kind
Not
of stuff?
that you would know it. Well,
Yeah.
you can go in and look. Essentially, it's a younger, we'll say boy, younger man, kind of being essentially thrifted down by a guard. Just essentially holding him in a corner, just basically harassing him, telling him to give him the money.
The guard telling him to give him money?
Yes.
Bruh.
There's a guard in that alleyway over there, and I point down to the south.
Another one of the runes unlights, bringing it down to being about half of them being filled up.
Rifter is going to go ahead and sneak up on this guy and knock him unconscious.
Dork, would you like to give me a stealth roll with disadvantage?
He is not going in stealthy.
Would you like to do... I would like you to do it anyway.
Okay, that's fair. What the fuck?
Alright. That's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
As
Giving his
you
8 back.
guys approach, he, like, soon off, you see as he kind of grabs the kid, bonks him on the head, and starts carrying him out, basically as you guys start to turn the corner, he's carrying them out as if the kid's wounded.
What were you doing in there?
I'm rescuing them. Get out
I'm
of the way. They
going-
need help.
I'm going to
And he just starts
telepathically.
shoving. He just starts.
No,
shoving
hold
past
on.
Dork.
Hold on. As soon as I see him hit the kid on the head, I'm going to telepathically tell all of them he just knocked the kid out.
That's a good
I have
choice.
it on good authority that you were harassing that child for money. What do you think you're doing?
I'm trying to save him. Now get out of the fucking way! And just physically pushes you to the side. And
I would like to athletics contest that.
You are allowed to, and he just kind of shoves you, and he kind of pushes you a little bit into the wall, and then you kind of push back, and he he gets rattled on the wall himself.
This is not the time to try and shake down children for money. You should be ashamed and
Of
stripped
course
of your
it's
rank.
not! He's hurt! Please, then just take him! Get him out there!
Fine. Lork is going to take the kid.
And he starts walking up past behind him.
I'm just going to pop out of whatever crouching position I was in, and just stare at him like as he walks away, just like full on, open wide eyes, stare at him very intensely.
Darius is eyeing this this rune marker still really closely, like confused about it.
About
and,
a third of them are lit at this point.
As the guard leaves, there's just a rumble of thunder nearby, and I say, "No afterlife will appreciate what you've done."
Lork is going to set the kid down with the other refugees and rejoin the others.
Would you like to go into more detail about that, Mrs. Hay?
Yes, as he's
Is
walking.
it from like the sky, the ground, some of the crackling?
Oh,
flames?
just around him, everything seems to get very just louder and gets brighter and more like a sensory overload.
Pretty sick.
And if he turns back, he will see that like eyes glowing.
He definitely does not look back. He goes from walking normally to sprinting, and he disappears off to the side.
So what do we
Darius-
do about this circle?
Lorik, where do you bring the kid?
Over to the left with the other refugees.
Okay, Doppler, would you
And
like to
Doppler.
make a medicine check real quick? If you are present. Alright.
Rain, you might be muted, by the way.
You
if
might be
are
muted, Doppler. That is a fair point.
Nah, he's just AFK.
Nah. Damn. Unlucky.
Man.
So, you have left it in Dr. Emma and Silea's good care.
What do we intend to do about this circle?
Don't know what it is, but I don't like it. And he's
It's
going
down
to
to
eye
about
it
a
closely.
6.
He's going to place his hand over it and at 4th level cast Dispel Magic.
Alright. As you do so, the spell fizzles and it does not use the spell slot as there is nothing there to dispel.
What? I tried to dispel it, but nothing happened.
Come on, we have to keep moving.
Dang.
It's obvious that our foe is trying to...
It finishes and the ground underneath it cracks, leading a trail that paths backwards towards that dead charred corpse.
What the hell is even going on right now?
It starts to go from being gently charred to straight up smoldering, and the embers in the middle of its gut begin burning brighter and brighter.
Darius's eyes kind of widen, and he like just runs over and kind of like starts pushing Sternhoff away.
I think I get a new grasp on magic. More weird nonsense starts happening.
It like sort of stretches out along the crack before ending up reforming into a stranger, more skull-like flaming abomination, with it being mostly a levitating upper torso with flames bellowing underneath it.
Come on, we can slay this thing just as easily as anything before.
Alright, would you guys like to roll me initiative then?
Sounds fun. Whoops. I forgot to click on my token first.
Yep.
I didn't.
Low Rick.
Slow
Slonk.
Rick.
Why is Rick so slow?
There.
You know, I really wish it pre-auto sorted. Wait, no, can't I do that? Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That thing's on a 0. I
Nope.
feel so much happy. Nope. That's a 14.
It's on a
This-
not yet updated. And if Doppler gets back, he gets to participate as he was too busy caring for the kids to realize. So at the top of the turn order, everybody is close to it, and its belly is burning with a very, very, very hot heat. Everybody nearby takes 10 fire damage, which is all of you that I believe are in the combat. Yeah.
Is that affected by Darius's aura?
Which one is Darius's aura specifically?
It's no, that doesn't give you guys anything right now.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
My bad.
This is clearly a clear abomination. Read as undead to my senses. My trained. I need to know if things are undead senses.
So this is the part where, because you actually, this is like the one thing you do, I will tell you this. A lesser one would recognize it as one, but there's a lot of stuff in it that says that it's not. But it's like subtle. It's something that should be, but it isn't. If that makes sense.
Alright. Cool. I can waste a turn on trying that then. Alright.
Grifter,
Yeah.
it is
It's
your
my
turn.
go. Cool. Question. This is actually important, just to know if I get free advantage or not. Did the fire, is that just a passive ability because it exists near us, or is that actually part of its turn? I'm just trying to see if I have assassinate.
I will say that it is not.
Okay. Cool. So it hasn't taken its turn. Assassinate. I don't get the crit, but I still get the sneak attack, or I still get the advantage.
I see. Hold on.
yeah.
Give me just a second for me to change that from subjugated to redeemed. It has been done. There
I
you
mean,
go.
my HP is still 82 out of 82.
That is because it is bound to nothing instead of HP. Ta-da!
There we go. Thank you.
It has been done.
Okay. So Rifter's gonna walk over. I imagine I'll probably take fire damage, but we take those. I am going to go ahead and do 2 slashing attacks with my dagger of returning and a normal dagger.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Those 2 ones earlier are doing. You take no fire damage as you attack it. You throw the dagger up in the air and nice. And kind of barely manage to slash into it as it's hovering slightly above you.
Yeah, basically I just immediately jump at it and I just double slice at it. Then I do like a bunch of crazy ass acrobatics, and I'm gonna go ahead and go over here. Is this building currently on fire?
Yes.
Oh,
Every building
well,
that is not stone is on fire.
Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'll move actually over here, and yeah, I guess that's all I really got. Extra attack kind of makes my bonus action.
I am going to. We're gonna rewind just a little bit and just for a second because I didn't want to interrupt you. As you jump up and you like swipe at it, you kind of cleave off some of the flesh that's on its backside, basically where its spine leads down to where its rump is, and that entire bit of flesh is just sliced off, falls to the ground, and ignites in flame as it touches the ground. As you're able to see much more of like its gory inside that is like burning in flames and burning its way up through its torso.
As I end my turn, actually, I will take the bonus action to dash. Actually, I'm just actually going to go ahead and just.
Didn't you use your bonus action to offhand?
No, because I have extra
Oh, yeah,
attack
you do
now.
have extra attack now.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and actually be as far away from this
Swipes
thing.
at you as you're walking away, and it, I believe, hits. Yeah, it hits.
Wait, what?
Just when he's.
Oh.
Just when you're. Yeah, I was waiting to describe it, but you still get the shot.
I was actually going to add in, I took the mobile feat.
Ah, okay. Yep. Even better.
So, yeah, I just dug out.
Man,
and,
imagine understanding your character's kits.
I just, shout at it, and, I just say, tell them Nox sent you when I send you down.
It performs nothing. Doppler,
Okay.
you have returned. Would you like to roll initiative?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Sorry, I was taking leashes off.
Yep. There's a pings, huh?
I was just trying to give him a general sense of directions to where we were.
You can see. Ooh, fantastic. You will go immediately after the creature. That is not correct. I hope I didn't just dox myself. You are still over there, buddy.
Oh, okay.
You go there. Alright, Shunop, it is your turn.
I'm gonna get away from this thing, first of all. Am I in its attack of opportunity range?
You would believe so, considering you are right next to it.
In that case, I'll just shock and grasp it here.
Okay. As you kind of move in to touch it, your hand makes contact with it, and you begin to cast Shocking Grasp, and it just shoots, and it basically performs instead, like, it just shoots lightning straight through it to the other side of it, just straight through it, as if, like, you had just Shocking Grasp into the air.
Not what I was expecting. Then, I'm just gonna hold my ground.
Alright. It starts off by swiping at you. It misses. I should put that on GM.
Or lol.
Before moving slightly over and cleaving all four of you who are there as it kind of crushes together its arms and spews flame out from its belly onto the ground, just engulfing the area immediately under it in flame. I would like all of you to make dexterity saving throws, except Nox and Doppler.
Let's go.
Huge.
Lorik is good. Darius is good. You guys are going to be halves.
I'm gonna be quartered.
You are going to be quarter. Hate is not half.
I'm sorry, Hate.
And
Rolling
Shunaf-
one, my will to live.
Sternhoff,
Yeah.
dexterity
save.
save.
+5.
Oh, my bad. +5 from Aura Protection.
Yeah, Darius
Yeah.
is Aura protection.
My
I haven't
superior Aura
updated. I didn't update it to +5 yet, so
It
just
doesn't
add-
it's a
matter. Just
separate
add
one.
+1.
Okay,
just add
so
one
say
to that.
16. So Hate and Shunhoff take full damage.
Beautiful.
Alright. Can I shield that in reaction?
Shield does not apply. You can absorb elements if you have that. Because
If
it
I
is not
already have
attacking you.
resistance and I absorb elements, does that mean I don't? No,
It
it doesn't do
not.
anything.
Resistance Alas does not stack. Do you
Did
have
not,
absorb elements, Shunhoff?
No, I thought it was a cleaving melee attack.
It is not. It
Oh,
is
okay.
spewing
That
flame
can-
onto the ground.
Oh, never mind then.
Alright. All of you take 21 damage or whatever your modifier is to it.
So
So for you, you take
5.
Doppler, it is your turn.
I'm a sprint
He uses the dash action.
at 60.
That it is. You have your bonus action.
I'm gonna use Bardic Inspiration on Lorik.
Alright.
Let me pop that in chat. There you go.
Huge.
Cool. That'll be it then.
Alright. Hey, it's your go.
Let it hit me with an attack of opportunity as I just regularly move to right here.
Okie dokie. No bonk.
Okay. And then I follow up by saying, I am so happy there's so much light out. And I'm going to thread that needle that was fake, that's placed right there.
Ooh, it is. Alright, you know, yep, that'll work. As you... Normally when you would fire it, it would, like, burn through a creature, or at the very least, like it would either pierce completely through it, or be somewhat blocked by it. It just goes straight through it, and, like, continues shining the beam at full intensity on the wall behind it.
Think that our magic is doing anything.
Are you doing anything else for your turn?
No, that'll be all.
Alright, Lork.
Lork is gonna move here to try and get a flanking bonus. Is that a legal space or?
It is.
Okay. And let me see. Going to use his tarot card once to heal himself for 16. And he is going to do a double whack with Temperance.
Second one hits.
Okay. And you know what? Just for the hell of it, see how it goes, I am going to burn a level 1 Divine Smite on it.
Okay. It takes 14 damage.
Oh, shit.
As you slice into it, and pretty much just the force of your cleave cuts into some of the skin as it continues to peel off, burning.
The thing seems to be immune to our magics.
I'd like to imagine, since they're both in basically the same turn order and both of them happened after an action, basically Hayden and Lork both just blasted at the same fucking time, and then both are like, it's immune to our magic! Jinx!
True. And that is end of turn for me.
Alright. He runs up and stabs at it.
This man deserves a raise.
He misses. This is the
This man
young.
still deserves a raise.
This is the young lad from earlier that was trying to get the kid out.
He deserves so much of a raise.
No, this is the one who... Oh, from way earlier.
Yeah. The young lad. He was
16.
He
trying.
deserves a promotion.
Yes, the wee little 16, 17, 15-year-old. He misses, however. Darius the Redeemed.
Darius is going to make his way into the 10-foot range. And just hit him 3 times. Huge.
Huge.
Triple thwack.
Triple threat.
With flanking bonus, so it should have an additional +2, right?
It does.
Right.
Oh, would that have affected my
It
16
would not.
making the hit? Okay.
Oh, that's unlucky. Wow, these rolls are all ass, even though they don't
Darius
look like
is still Darius. Give me the first two. At this point, you guys have been able to narrow it down. A 19 will hit.
Nice.
I just turned off my baseline thing because I figure it won't work.
So, Darius, is any of that non-magical damage?
The lance is, I guess, no.
Alright. You stab into it and your lance goes straight through it, but you think you've gotten a clean hit, and as you pull the lance out, it just didn't leave a wound in it.
Huh. Okay, it's still a lance stabbing into
Yes, it is.
but okay.
And it stabs straight through it, and you would expect it to have pierced the skin. and like actually destroyed like that section of it. But you pull it back and just nothing interacted at all.
Okay, I'm useless. Okay. Alright, I'll just sit here and cry then. Term's over.
Mood.
Stork. The child.
All magic weapons are useless?
Yeah, any magic, I guess. Even though magical slashing is supposed to be a modifier to slashing when it's on a
Oh, wait a
weapon.
minute. That means that both Richter's and my weapons would be useless as well.
No, because they don't affect the damage of it.
Yeah, it's a magic weapon. It does magical slashing damage.
I understand.
Richter does have a normal dagger.
Wait, so then why the fuck doesn't mine work? If Temperance works, then it does magical slashing.
They're both magic weapons.
I understand. Would you like to wait until the fight is over?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just take my headset off, just get my turns.
Or you could, you know, use your brain and figure out other alternative solutions to it instead
He
of just
doesn't
being
have
a
other
baby.
weapon.
Find one.
Exactly.
Go find a stick and stab him with the stick.
You know what? That's a great idea, Doppler.
Okay, then he's hitting with a -1.
It is in fact a great idea. Sloric, it is your turn.
I rolled for damage for a hit.
Okay. What's his modifier?
I think it's the same as mine, which is.
Did you cast it with a +5? Did you cast a 5th level spell slot for him, or is this still on a 4th?
I'm pretty sure he's been on 5th for a while.
Then it hits.
Epic. And the damage roll is right here.
He gets chomped as Stork's bulby acidic mass begins to like lob on it, and parts of its flesh over there dissolve and leave just a bony, charred skeleton underneath.
Now we're making progress. That's his turn.
Alright. We're back to the top. Everybody nearby, take the 10 fire damage. Which does not include Doppler or Rifter.
Let's go.
Which unfortunately includes Lan.
Oh, no.
He'll be fine.
Eventually. Rifter, it is your turn.
I'm sorry, give me just a second. I had important text message stuff to send. Okay, cool. Very not complicated turn from me. I run the 45 feet. I melee twice with sneak attack because I have allies within 5 feet of it. I do not have advantage, but I do have stabbing. Okay.
The normal
so
dagger hits.
normal dagger hits.
And
You take them.
while you slash with your dagger of returning it, you notice that yes, it makes contact and it goes straight through its body.
So why did I do damage then?
Interesting.
So, Mr.
Doesn't feel
Lord,
like
would you like to use your head for a second?
Temperance is a magic weapon. By all rights, if the dagger of returning and Darius' lance didn't hit it, then Temperance
Then
should not have as well.
therefore,
Oh, that's it. You convinced him. He's changed his mind, guys. Good job.
then therefore,
Then therefore it did nothing. I was just asking that it be clarified or internally consistent,
What?
at least from our perspective.
you guys are really trying to take a lot of the puzzle solving out of D&D, you know that?
What kind of
I
puzzle
like
solving
what
is-
Doppler's doing.
Wait,
Doppler's coming.
one moment.
Doppler's accepting
one moment.
the.
Stop interrupting me for one goddamn moment. So you're telling me that there is puzzle solving in one party member literally being forced to attack with a -1 to hit and doing a 1d4 -1 damage, and not even being able to use Pam even.
If that is the only option you come up with, then yes.
Okay, what other option? Improvised weapons
Hey,
cannot.
DM, I don't like this part of
No,
the
no,
fight.
no, no.
Tell me the
One
answer.
moment. Hey. Stop for 1 second. Stop putting words in my mouth. They're improvised weapons. You are not proficient with them. He has no mundane weapons. None of us do, except for Rifter with his 30 dagger.
Lork, do you trust me?
Less and less.
Then play the fucking game.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead, do my slashing stabby attack because of extra attack. Mobile means that they can't get attack of opportunity.
Correct.
That was my last 10 feet of movement, but I still have my bonus action, thank God. I'm gonna go ahead and rush on over in this little corner. Actually, that's probably a terrible idea because it's on fire. I'm just gonna run over there because I'm a fast motherfucker. Actually, I'll be right here. Yeah, and that'll be my turn.
All right, you have successfully moved to where you are.
Let's go. All right, take it. Send him away, Stranoff. Get him.
What are my surroundings?
There are multiple different fragments of wood shattered everywhere, as well as bits of ash and just mostly wood and wood-like components. There's a little bit of grass that is singed on the ground with some stone bits in between.
Is there anything above us?
Above you, no. It's open sky with smoke and a little bit of natural clouding.
If I were to pick up and throw a piece of wood, would that be a bonus action or would that be a ranged attack?
I'd be willing to say that that can be a bonus action for a ranged attack.
And how much wood? Just like one stick?
You can grab like a chunk of wood.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over here because I'm assuming there's probably wood over here and just pick up and throw a chunk of wood at it,
Okay.
aiming below its torso.
Below its torso, there's nothing. It is just
Well, like
floating.
like as close to the fire as I can throw it.
Got it.
As you
okay.
said, it's like half
Yeah,
torso,
it's basically
half
like
fire.
from the hip down, including the hip, there is nothing. There's
Yeah,
a little
so
bit
I
of
will-
emanations of flame.
I will try to aim at the fire as well as I can.
Okay, roll me an attack roll. Improvised.
Is that just a D20? If it's improvised?
Doric, would you like to inform him of it since you are
It would
intent
just
on it?
be if it is a ranged improvised weapon, such as throwing a piece of wood or something like that, it would be a d20 plus your dex mod, no proficiency bonus.
Plus, so, yeah. Plus my proficiency?
Yes.
Yes.
So... 15 plus...
No, not plus your proficiency, no proficiency.
Plus your dex.
Plus your dex.
My dex mod is 0, so...
Alright.
Okay.
You throw it and it passes just underneath it, falling, like going to the other side.
What is this over here?
That is a charred body.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna hum a firebolt at it then.
Okay. The firebolt goes straight through it.
Oh. I don't know why you told me that before I rolled, but okay.
Because
I
it
guess
goes,
my turn.
I'm letting you know. Like, the firebolt goes straight through it. And you as a character are smart enough to be able to figure out that, like, just magic is not working on it.
My turn's over, I already said.
Okay. It swings at Lork. It does not hit, and then does the dex save for all of you. Hold on. Including hate. But not including Doppler and Rifter.
I love being out of range of
That
damage.
should have been an 18.
Oh yeah,
not
this
a
has been really
14.
nice to be out of range of.
Okay, 18.
Sorry. Yep, I forgot to turn my aura protection
Yep,
back on.
it's an 18. Darius takes his half, which is full. Hate takes full. Lorik, let me pull it back up. Lorik, you are good. You guys have been able to narrow it down. 17 and above saves.
Okay.
So you're clear. Darius, your damage. Hate, your damage. Hate, you did. Who's missing? Schönhoff. Okay, Schönhoff is good, and the man, he is good. Alright. So each of you take half of, except for the one who take full, 26 fire damage.
So half of that.
Yep. For Darius and Schönhoff, it's half. For Lorik, it's half, and for Hate, it's full. And that is his turn.
Since I took damage from a creature within range of a weapon I'm wielding, I will use Vengeful Assault.
Go for it.
I'll also just auto-fail my concentration check to keep up Sunbeam.
Okay.
You can ignore the Radiant.
Fantastic. You slash into it. As your blade kind of connects to it, you see as there's a little bit of a fizzle and a shimmer as it goes through it. The shimmer grows a lot less intense. There's like a shimmering that's been going on that's started off very intense and almost frequent as the embers burn, but now it's getting dimmer and dimmer, and it's very dim at this point.
It's Doppler's turn now, right?
Should be. Yes.
Okay, cool. I got a couple questions. First off, what's Lorik's health bar like? I can't see it underneath the picture.
I'm at 3/4 health. Don't worry about me.
Okay, sounds good. Next question. I'm looking for any spear-like pieces of wood, long, narrow, but seem sturdy.
You could probably run over here and like yank a piece off.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm gonna run here and try and yank a piece off and toss it to Darius.
Alright.
And yo, hey, try this.
You do so. Darius, you now have a wooden spear.
Okay. And then
That is your bonus action, we'll say.
okay, cool. And then I'll do mass healing word at fuck it, we'll go 4th level.
You already used your bonus action though.
Oh, can
Oh,
I
is that
use
a-
my-
I thought.
Sorry.
Oh, mass is
Mass
bonus
healing
as
word.
well.
Yep.
Oh. Well, I guess I take more time to throw him the wood and make that an action.
Yeah, you know what? Fair point. Fair point. You can do it. You can do it. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Cool. So that's the 6 of you getting 8 healing.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, hey, it's your go.
All right. Well, first thing, I whisper some words to myself to because I'm about to go do something stupid. I'm casting this at 5th level.
Alright.
So that's 5d4 plus my wonderful 5. All right, get myself back in there a bit. And I'm going to step forward, grip my warhammer in both hands, and I'm going to smile as I finally get forced to fistfight something.
Fantastic.
All right, normal roll. No, I'm
You get
spending my
a
channel
plus
divinity.
2.
Oh, I get a +2. Yeah, I'm still spending it.
Flanking.
All
Yeah,
right,
you still spend.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do that. So click for 6 damage first, and then the remaining. Oh, I should have had my
Okay, it
divine
is of
strike
the
up.
same type, though. Okay.
Yep.
Sick. So that's 11 bludgeoning?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You crack into it on part of its bones as it kind of begins to reach out its hand to strike at whoever it's targeted. It struck at Lork. So after it's pulling back after attempting to strike at Lork and bouncing off his chest plate, you manage to clock its arm completely as it's pulling it back and just kind of twist as its wrist goes limp. As there's the crackling of bone and ash underneath it.
Alright.
Is that all?
Yep.
Alright, Lorik, it is your turn.
Okay. Seeing that shimmering kind of weaken, Lork is going to experiment a bit, and he's going to cast Spirit Shroud at 3rd level as cold damage.
Okay.
This time the kind of spectral lightning that would wreath his blade has a kind of blue tinge and forks off of itself almost in a fractal manner.
Alright.
And
I like
he
it.
takes his 2 swings.
Alright. They both connect.
Do I notice if the cold damage seems to have any effect on the creature?
So as you swing your blade in, at the very beginning it sort of starts to slide through, but as your blade gets about halfway through, it starts to slow down and you really start having to put your force on it, as the cold of it almost starts to freeze and make that part of the creature not part of itself, as it begins to cool down and you really get to cleave and tear through and like take off a huge chunk of its flesh.
Darius, do you still have that spell?
What do you mean? The one you just used? Yes, I believe.
Now might be a good time to use it. We're making headway.
As you finish cleaving all the way through, multiple of the shimmers that had stopped kind of begin to and the frequency goes back up to how it was at the start of the fight.
Oh, shit. Does it look injured by what I did to it?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Like,
good.
pretty much the entirety of its right side of its torso, from about its armpit down to, like, halfway through its gut, is just missing now, and it's spewing unintentionally. Some of its flame from its core is spilling out to the sides. Unfortunately, getting a little bit on the Slork, but Slork's a good enough boy to avoid it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Plus, Lork just has resistance to fire damage, doesn't he?
Either resistance or vulnerability, and I do not remember now.
I could have sworn it was resistance to fire.
Probably resistance.
Knowing Slork, it's resistant.
resistant to everything.
Yes, Lork is too powerful for
Except
this world.
for his desire to consume.
True.
Yes. But we are all vulnerable to Lork's desire to consume. Anyway, getting a bit off topic. Although Slork should always be the topic.
So, Lord,
Birdman.
I would like to clarify for earlier. I'm sorry. I should have said, like, more of a you hit and it seems unharmed rather than a just leaving it at that. That's a source of
Okay.
confusion. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Now that we're clarified, we're on the same page.
I shouldn't
Uh,
have been an ass by saying and that means over and over again.
Right.
The thing should have been, yes, his thing didn't work and his thing didn't work. Therefore, yours didn't work either, and
Right.
I was
thing
I
that
was being an asshole about it. I'm sorry.
The thing that I was confused about was because you had mentioned some of the flesh sloughing off when I had
Right.
undone my first hit,
Correct.
and when Ripper done his first hit.
Mm-hmm. Rifters was part
Anyway.
of the two-parter, and yours was just, I'm sorry.
Yep, no worries.
Uh,
Now that we're on the same page, I am ending my turn because I've done my bonus action and action and
Alright.
moved a little bit.
Lan up there is going to attack an offhand attack. And he is a little lad who has not seen much combat. before attempting to move away because he's seen all of the fire that keeps spewing out. And he gets bonked on the back of the head rather severely, and he becomes wounded as he backs up. He
Damn, I don't have
collapses
cover.
on the ground and barely, like, forces himself standing back up. In more game terms, he's at about 10% HP.
Okay. Well, as long as we can keep this thing at bay, we should be good.
The bonk that the monster does as it moves away, it just swings and its entire torso just kind of spins and just bonks into him, collapsing him on the ground, dealing a very large amount of damage. Darius, you have your
Darius is-
wooden spear, as well as your actual spear.
Yeah, now I'm not sure what to actually do.
Choices.
Well, Spirit Shroud would work no matter what weapon you did, so you could.
Yeah,
roll.
except it's either Spirit Shroud testing with my whatever percent chance or 5% chance.
Ah, true. Well, you could always try Spirit Shroud with the lance first and then swap to the spear
Yeah.
later if that doesn't work.
We'll go with that. I'll Spirit Shroud it up with cold damage. And hold on, I actually have to. I'll just roll the 1d8 separately and just double attack it.
Yo.
Alright, so how many instances... Sorry, you should roll it. How many different instances of magic damage is that?
He hit
Two
it
of them hit.
individually.
The first
What?
two hit. The 27
it's
and the
only-
31 hit.
It's only 2 attacks.
Okay.
So it's the 13 plus 5 from the crit, and then 2 instances, a 2d8 from the crit and a 1d8 from the no crit.
Alright,
So
so
it's
the
4
first
instances
time...
of damage.
The first time it hits, the sparkling on it goes from being completely full to slightly dimmer and less frequent. The second one, you manage to strike it, and for the briefest of moments, it loses its focus, and all of the sparkling stops as you just ram straight through it, and all of your magical energy is able to influx it onto it. So you can
Mhm.
completely roll for damage on your crit.
I did. It was the 13 plus 5.
Okay.
And then the 7 plus 6,
And then-
right?
Hmm?
And then the 7 plus 6, right?
What's the crit damage total?
So there was also Spirit Shroud instances, which are counted as separate instances of
Oh,
damage.
okay.
So
Right.
Spirit
I
Shroud
see.
applies after. Would the first Spirit Shroud also
Yes,
do
it
the
would.
damage?
So
Okay,
that
so then
would
it's
be
21.
3 instances of magic damage plus the crit. Right?
I mean, the crit is magic damage, so
Yes, but counting the crit separately. 3 instances
Okay.
plus the crit.
Okay.
Okay.
so then it's 18 slashing and 21 cold.
Okay, so that's 40? No. 39? God,
Oh,
I
yeah,
should
39.
really be better at math at this by now.
39, yeah.
Okay. And its sparkling is at just under half of its maximum. Is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stork's turn.
Fuck him up, Flork.
Alright, you have 5 seconds, Gordon.
Golden.
Oh, he is deafened.
Oh.
I will assume that he is not here. Alright, Rifter. It will be your turn in just a moment after everybody takes their 10 fire damage. Well, you can do it
Ooh.
now, but all of you
Oh,
take
fuck.
10
Oh,
fire
that reminds me. I wanted to walk away because I'm out of opportunity. Never mind. I can
Alright.
next turn.
Am I in
Um,
range for that yet?
Nope.
Or no? Okay, cool.
You are not within 20, I do not believe. Nope, you're good.
Would I be able to use the new Temperance feature, Divine Veil, on the damage from this aura? Oh, when you take damage from any source, yes.
Would you mind clicking on it so I may read it?
Yep.
Yep.
So I consume a hit die and take no damage from this.
Fantastic. Nice
Man,
roll.
where was that hit die luck when I was actually rolling hit points for this level?
It's huge.
What'd you get, 4?
Yeah. I literally rolled minimum this level. That was after rolling a 2 on the die and re-rolling.
So Rifter, it's your go.
Okay, cool. I was waiting for the official permission. You know the drill. I run up to it. I have friends near it. Sneak attack is activated.
Yes, it is.
Here's to hoping. Natural 20. Let's go.
Woo! Sheesh! Alright, so despite normally your magic dagger only causing some of the like sparkles to just fade and it to become more mundane for a moment, you like as you just come in from behind, all of its sparkles kind of manifest forward to block most of Darius's attack, and the shimmering bits of it as it moves out towards its front leaves it wide open for an attack from the back, which you take ample opportunity of as both attacks hit, dealing their full damage.
I see. Okay.
Nice.
I basically am just like daggers in like the backside on both of my hands, just slashing like upwards, downwards, just going all around on him. Yeah, and then because mobile, God, I love this feature. I'm gonna go ahead and run away.
As you slice and cleave into it, just about the entirety of its flesh on its back is gone, leaving only like a unveiled rib cage sitting there.
I just point it out and I say weak spot, and I jump off of it like just full backflip, and I just and I'll remain happily over there.
I think he ever gets tired of doing that.
Schoonhoff, it's your go. At the
Okay.
moment, there are very few sparkles on it.
I'm going to step up, and I'm assuming this is like a large creature, correct?
Yes, it is.
Am I in range to hit it with my staff, or can I?
I would
should
say so
be
there, yeah.
closer? Okay.
Is this
I'm going
your
to.
wooden staff or your metal conductive staff?
I don't have the wooden one anymore. This is the conductive metal staff.
Okay.
And while I'm winding up to hit it, I'm going to like shocking grasp the staff while I'm like winding up the hit.
Okay.
So what should the roll for that look like?
It's just you have proficiency with it, so just a d20 plus prof plus dex or strength, because I believe a staff is versatile.
Okay.
Or not versatile. What's the
Finesse
tag
is
that
versatile.
you
You can-
finesse? That's right.
Yeah, finesse.
Okay.
That's the. I'm pretty sure that's right. I've had this roll attack and spellcasting thing for a while, so it should be correct.
Yep. Alright, so it. Do you want to go ahead and roll your damage for it? No, the
Oh, the
your-
shocking grasp.
yeah, because you need to charge it up to 20 damage.
Oh, are you rolling this as like a smite? Is that what you're doing?
No, you have to roll the shocking grasp on the staff.
Roll damage. Alright, so it's halfway charged. You know what? Forget that. Schoonhoff's smart enough. It's standard combat prep at this point that... I'll rule it this way. Schoonhoff, that having to charge the staff only comes into play if it's a surprise combat, okay?
Before you continue, though, that I'm re-rolling that one because of my my thingy
Which thingy?
on the
Ooh.
shocking grasp. Excellent.
No, I'm
Valid.
saying why
Excellent.
are you re-rolling it? Because, like, this is what I'm getting into. That re-rolling
Was-
is part of the staff's effect, and even though right now I'm just willing to say it's actually just charged and you can shock and grasp whatever you want, because since you knew this, that there was stuff going on, it would be fair to say that, like, Schoonhoff would have just charged it with shock and grasp, since shock and grasp is a cantrip while he's going into combat, while you guys are running over here. Like,
I
that's totally
want to
fair.
say I did have it charged, but it's been 2 weeks, so I could be wrong.
Right, and I'm saying
Either way.
if there's a
Continue.
dangerous situation, like you're going into the dungeon or you're running towards a fire, you're going to charge it. You only have to, so from here on out, you only have to charge it if it's a surprise combat.
Yeah.
All right, just letting you know that. So you can shock and grasp the creature if you want to.
Well, no, my thing was like, you get what I mean? Like because the staff's conductive, I want
Oh,
to
okay. You're
hit it
using
with
it
the
as
staff.
a conduit.
Yes.
You're not using it to
Yeah.
charge it. Oh, okay. I
Okay,
see.
using
That's-
it as a
So it's
spellcasting
dealing both.
Yeah,
Got it.
That's why I said, are you trying to rule this as like an impromptu smite? That's
Okay,
why I
no,
said
no.
that.
Got it. You're using it as your thing. Got it. So both
Yeah,
of
he's
them
using it as
connect
spellcasting focus.
and you deal the 14 damage to it, of which that lightning damage kind of scatters what remaining bits of dust are on it as they fall off, and it is just completely, at the moment, just black, exposed flesh as that bludgeoning damage bonks onto it, dealing what damage it does.
And then I'll take a couple steps away and end my turn.
Okay. It swings at Hate. Does not
Miles.
connect. And then the dex save for 18 damage if you fail it.
Okay. We put on the Darius Aura protection.
F.
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 See, that's why I healed up.
That's
Because I
why
knew I was
healed
gonna take
up.
that damage.
F,
Am
I
I
think.
also in range?
F.
F.
I'm
I
going to
believe
throw
so
my
you
dice
are.
into the trash.
Yes, you are. F. Alright, everybody takes full damage.
No. Hold on.
Right.
I'm gonna re-roll that with Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
No. Don't do it.
F.
That works. That
That
works.
becomes
It's a 17.
Right.
It's a 17.
Oh, it is. You're right.
We need to put Darius's aura visually on there.
Yes, we do.
His is 5-2, right?
Yeah.
His is 5.
Mine is
Lorik's
the only one
4.
that is 5.
Oh, okay. That means I have to add another
10
one.
feet?
Great.
Maybe a red aura?
I'm going orange.
Okay, that's fair.
Orang.
Should be more visible.
Yes. Contrast is important. So, Stunov, you take 9. Darius, you take 9, and everybody else takes 18. Which is to say the two of them, and also Stork.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna Divine Veil again. Oof.
No.
Doppler, it is your go.
Duality, man.
So is there like a cone of cold, ice bolt, something, ice spell that I could throw at this dude?
You could.
Hey, I'm
Cone
dying.
of Cold would not be advised. That would kill almost all of us.
Well, yeah, that's what I was asking. I wasn't gonna just. Okay.
You could do a Snorlock Snowball Swarm.
No, Golden's feeling whiny. I'll come over here and get him with the Cure Wounds at how low? Oh, you're pretty fucking low. Let's go
Oh.
5th level. Wait, what?
Okay. I was gonna say it doesn't have to be like too high, just like enough so that I don't die to the next attack.
Okay, well then, yeah, let's go 5th level. Fuck it. So that's 36.
I am no longer an old man.
He is no longer an old man. He is youthful. He is young. He is gay again.
I'm not gay. I'm just rejuvenated.
No,
Let
that's
me
how
be
actually
clear.
made you gay. Sorry.
Wait, you
You didn't know
can't
that
see
effect?
Lorik's aura?
No.
No.
Wait, I've been able to see everyone
boop.
else's aura up to this point.
Boop,
Oh,
Okay,
there
there
it
it
is.
is.
Now it's
Fixed. There we go.
boop.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
Permission,
Yeah, no,
lol.
you haven't had an aura for like months.
And then I gotta step
Yeah.
back again.
Wow, I wish
to make
somebody
sure
said
I'm not
that.
in the fire stuff.
Yeah, I wish I had known.
Yeah. Alright. Turn?
Yep.
Alright, Hate. Behind
is
it,
so
you
much
see its
easier.
exposed bony carapace.
Twisted
Well,
Zit.
under carapace.
Rip out its rib.
This is gonna be
Oh, the twist.
my action. Sweet.
Connects.
There we go.
It
Turn that.
takes 22 damage as you just absolutely rip out half of its ribcage. Hold on.
Oh, it's still
Okay.
alive?
Yes, it is.
Cause, all right, I'm using my bonus strike. Ooh,
Miss.
that's not enough.
Unless,
16?
wait,
On
16
16.
is not enough.
Oh.
Unlucky.
Unless,
I'm out of my channel divinities.
oh, okay, never mind. I'm out.
Wait, you
Yeah,
only
if I
have one?
had have two. I used one on Rifter and one on myself.
Oh, okay.
Womp womp. Turn?
Yeah, that's my turn, guys. Hopefully that I get dropped only once next turn.
Lork?
One more tarot card usage to heal up.
4
I
cold
do not
damage.
feel
You
safe.
take 4 cold damage to yourself.
Oh, back. Yeah. I forgot
Cheers.
to turn that off. But anyway, and he is going to take 2 more swipes at this foul beast.
The first one connects in full. You are going to... That's going to be applied as vulnerable. Because not only is it the crit for that part, but it's also out of its resistance right now. So you get to roll full damage on that one. And
And it
roll
counts as
only
an-
your crit right now.
Okay, and it counts as an undead creature, right?
It does not.
Okay. I was checking to make sure for smite purposes.
It is
I'm
from
gonna
the
uncheck
corpse
that.
of a creature, but it is not an undead.
Okay, that makes sense. So I'm going to use a first level smite on this attack.
Alright, good choice.
9 of that damage is cold.
Alright. The cold, I will tell you right now, the cold part right now does not matter.
Okay.
Add all that up. 15, 30, 34, 48, 54, 61? No, 59.
Should be 59, yeah.
59. So that goes to 119. Sheesh! And so as you channel all of that energy into it, and you just zoom, and at this point that severs straight through its spine. It is just a head with its spine spewing out flame directly downwards.
Oh god, it's a demi-lich now.
As it does so, the remaining bit of that energy that you spew into it recatalyzes on it, and it becomes almost gleamingly shiny like a mirror, as it's just magically reflective on the entirety of its skull. And as your second attack makes contact, it goes straight through it as some of that dust dissipates from it.
Lork is going to, kind of, very, respectfully, of course, drop Temperance to the ground and use his object interaction to, grab his hand axe.
Sounds good. Lan
And
backs up. Sorry, turn.
Yep. End turn now.
He backs up and hides. Darius.
So just to clarify, its head is now on the ground, or like
Its head is
Because
the
I
only
didn't
thing
quite
that is
understand
floating.
that.
Everything else is on its
Okay.
ground,
Okay.
like dissolved
Yeah.
in ash.
It didn't get
So that's-
decapitated. It's
okay.
just a head now.
so it got reverse decapitated.
It got
Yeah,
reverse
yeah.
decapitated.
It got unbodied.
Yeah.
All right.
Creating a flaming undead version of the first heartless boss in Kingdom Hearts.
All right. Darius is going to ready his stick and miss both attacks. I promise.
But it counts as a spear, though, doesn't it?
It does. You have.
It's still
you have
improvised, I thought.
proficiency.
Oh, okay. I thought it would still be improvised.
Nope.
Okay.
It is similar enough.
Okay.
That's Dex
Hey,
and proficiency.
that'll
Wait,
be
no, that's
Pam.
not Dex and proficiency. That's still Strength and proficiency.
And you still get Pam.
What the fuck is Pam? What are you talking about?
Polearm Master.
Oh yeah.
How do you not know your main feat?
I don't know. I don't sit there looking at the
He doesn't watch
acronyms
The
of-
Office, dude. He doesn't know who Pam is.
Imagine not knowing who Pam is.
Yeah, Darius is a great weapon fighter type, and so he gets stab on his stabs. Alright, so you get to make that connect. I would like you to roll again.
I mean, I was gonna roll 2 more times anyways.
Yes, roll again. Okay, so your first attack connects. Roll me 1d6. Alright.
6.
And so as you stab into it, onto its skull, the flesh immediately around its skull just turns to stone as it gets stabbed. It
Oh,
just completely... The flames after a couple seconds just stop belling. It just is sitting there, floating in the air as you stab into it.
If I pull back the stick, does it stay on the stick?
As you pull back, it unbecomes stone. and it returns the lava. Well, not lava. The flame begins bellowing from its neck once more.
I'm gonna stab it again.
All right, roll to attack.
Oh fuck.
You get first of all,
No.
you get to roll with advantage. So, and
Yeah,
second of all,
sure.
that one doesn't count because that's always a 1.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just about to say.
Yep. Alright, you connect, and once again you impale into it. And this time with a little bit more observation, you're able to see that not the entirety of the head is turned to stone and petrified, but most of it is. There's a little bit on the very farthest bit from where you stabbed it that's still, like, fleshy.
Can I use my, quote, last attack to try and push it through more to get, like,
yeah.
full contact?
You end up, like, jumping up a little bit and forcing down on it, and you shove it all the way through such that the entirety of the head is currently petrified.
And it's still floating?
At the moment, it is on your stick.
But is it like does it have its own level of like force, like in the same way that like so it's
as
just
you
on
move
the
it
stick.
around at this point, now that the entirety of it is petrified, as you move it, it moves with the stick rather than with the resistance to it.
Okay.
The combat is now over.
Fun fact: that's the highest Darius has rolled in a string of 4 rolls ever.
That's sad. But ultimately, not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
Nox walks over to the young guard and he taps him on the shoulder, and
He winces as you does so, as he's holding his arm.
I then go ahead and I just help him in any way that I can to move, and I just say, medic.
The 2 paladins sort of loom over.
Not much, but no cool damage. Spear Trout is over. Spear Trout has been canceled.
I mean, it only makes sense. He got burned. Use cold damage, duh.
That's still damage, though.
You help him. His arm becomes set, and his broken arm is completely set at this point, and he's able to somewhat move it around. And now he is only damaged and exhausted rather than completely wounded. And he stands up. He tries to thank you. Thank you.
No need. You did well.
There's probably still more people. We need to.
Hi.
Darius sort of like holds him on the shoulder and sort of like, hold on, boy, you've done more than enough today. And as he sort of like pats him on the shoulder, he gives him 30 lay on hands points.
Wait a minute, you still have lay on hands points?
Yeah.
You've been holding out.
Yeah, I have. I
Nox
conserve my resources.
I do too normally.
He just walks past him and he just says to him, "That seems risky, but it's your health."
How much of an indicator would you guys say that lay on hands has? You know, it's probably enough that if you're close enough, you'd be able to see it. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's. I'm assuming it's like radiant light in the same way that like a cure wounds would be.
Yeah, like you cast light on your hands essentially. Probably.
Did you say that the skull has turned fully into just stone?
Yes, it is stone. The body, what used to be its body, every time you cleaved off a piece, it would fall to the ground as a piece of flesh, but by the time it touched the ground, it would kind of shatter, like those slow-mo, you know those slow-mo videos where they drop a piece of glass and as it gets in contact, the entire thing shatters all the way up?
Yep.
It's like that, where it falls down as a single piece of wobbling flesh, and as soon as some of it touched the ground, it would just instantly turn to ash and dust.
And there's a stick in it, right?
At the moment, there is a wooden stick. That is a spear, essentially.
I would like to ask for the stick through the head of the creature.
Darius just holds it out. You're more than welcome to take it.
Hate has a new toy.
Cool. I shaped the stone head into a warhammer.
Oh my god. Okay. Give me an Arcana just for skill to figure out how well it is. Where if it's like a piece of like trailer park art, or if it's like an actual fucking weapon.
Oh, you know, I should do this in a different order. I want to cast guidance on myself to give myself a slightly better chance.
I will allow it. I will allow it. I'm a
I would like
generous
to
god.
use. Can I call upon the guidance of Aquila and cast Flash of or not cat but use Flash of Genius?
Let's roll this, and then remember I get.
No,
Oh!
never mind.
No!
Okay. So, I will get back to you later. It works out perfectly. But
Oh,
we
that's
will
huge.
figure that out later because that is something too cool that I do not want to waste it on. But essentially, it ends up becoming emblazoned, and yeah, it's fucking sick, and that's fucking sick, and I'm so proud of you for coming up with that idea. That is a good choice.
I've been waiting to get a magical weapon this whole time. I've been needing one.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. It goes as shown. Fantastic.
Well as it could possibly go.
Yeah, it looks fantastically amazing. Like, I'm gonna keep saying it because you don't know how badass it looks. Think of whatever you thinking of, and it's cooler than that.
No, even cooler than that.
Yeah,
I know what
even
you're thinking
cooler
of.
than that.
No,
No,
stop
still
thinking.
cooler.
Like, you're thinking
doing
it's
it
like a 10
no,
out
no.
of 10.
No.
It's for how much of a Warhammer is it? It's that like 40k out of 10. Okay?
No, stop. JC, just stop talking about it. You're doing it a disservice
am.
by making them think about it.
I am.
True. We must simply experience this Warhammer.
Alright, let's move on. Leon just kind of sits back and rests as per Darius's advice. There's a couple more blocks that you guys quickly move through and help people as you were helping them there. No more shenanigans ensue.
Doesn't make sense. Where are they?
We did it, Lork. We saved the city.
Rifter. You are present, yes?
I am present. Sorry, I was on mute because I was coughing and I didn't want to interrupt that sick ass moment.
Understandable. As you are walking down some of the further bits of the alley helping out people, about 4 minutes after the battle, you begin to hear in your head a voice. It is the voice of the woman from the bar who you guys gave early, like, hey, quick, get out of Dodge. And she explains to you that she's, like, searched the entirety of the city. All of the people who are left there, like, all of them are signs who are her friends. Like, they are the only people who are remaining there. Everyone else is gone. I.e. saying, whoever did this is not here.
I see.
And she tells you she's super, super duper sure.
I walk in over to
Like, while you're
Lord?
walking back to the party, she reiterates, thank you so much for letting us know early.
I would nod at her if I could
I
see
mean,
her.
she is, okay.
Mental
Wait.
nod.
Yeah, I'm like mentally nodding. I think of me nodding. Anyway, I walk up to Lork and I basically whisper in his ear that verbatim since I heard it in my brain.
You know what? Fair.
Wait,
That
that's
works.
actually huge because anytime you hear anything telepathically, you can just repeat it.
Yeah, I know. I
He
love
really
my
is
character.
just a telephone.
I know. I love it. I love being the copycat. I'm Kakashi. It's over.
Wait, you're the copy bird, not the copycat. You're not.
I
a
kill
copy-
myself.
Man, why am I blanking on the bird that repeats shit?
Mockingbird?
Parrot.
Bro.
Crow as well.
Or
Yes.
Corvids?
Corvids, indeed. Yeah. So I just send that over to Lork. I whisper in Darius's ear. So I even whisper into Hate's ears, and from there I feel like I've repeated myself enough, and they get the gist, and they
Hey,
can tell
little
the rest
mama,
of
let me whisper in your ear.
the
Could've
Darius
even
makes
done
his-
this.
Sorry. What'd you say?
I was saying, so who in the hell could have even done this?
I just
Something
wanted
with
to,
some sort of
to bring
extremely
up
Yes.
one of the other. Didn't someone shoot magic at a different burning corpse? and it didn't work. Like, this is both in and out of character. Like, at the very beginning, didn't we shoot a stray firebolt at another corpse just in case, and nothing seemed to happen?
No.
I don't recall that, no.
If I tell you that Hate's correct,
What?
What?
like you're talking about way earlier in the campaign, right?
No, I think they meant earlier in this situation.
Oh, if they're talking about earlier in the situation, the answer is no.
Well, seems my brain seems to have just remembered something way early in the campaign, so I'm gonna go with that one.
Well, what's important is that you remembered somehow. So, yes.
Well,
I didn't give my character enough intelligence to actually know the context
You know
of her
what,
memories.
Hate? Would you like to roll me a history check real quick for the huge big? With Flash of Genius if important.
Give me a second. Let me pull back open the character
Well,
sheet.
while she's doing that, just real quick, to Lorik, I can tell you, I sure as hell am sure that it was Scion. Whatever summoned it or caused it to appear was not magical in nature.
Guidance?
Oh, there we go. Let's get that. 16.
Alright. It was on the health floor.
ah.
Hmm.
The big dog, right?
Yes.
Oh.
When you guys slashed at it, it was wounded, but when you cast your spells at it, it was not. So, yes, Hate, there is in fact a parallel there. You have identified that.
Holy crap. Hate pulling information out of literal the abyss.
The power of being a great player.
Fighting things is the one thing that my character remembers, apparently, besides, all of the religions she's trying to memorize.
That and how to make sick-ass mall.
Her
Ooh.
her
Wait, is
memory
this the
stat
mall?
is just 1v9.
The mall.
Let's go to the mall.
Dude, maybe that's why Hate and Rifter didn't get along as first. They're both the remember shit or copy shit people.
Anyway, so
Yes.
Hate
yes, back to the matter at hand.
explains. Hate, like after a couple moments of thinking and a little bit of magic, recalls that it is on the health floor. Would you like to break it in character?
Okay. So, you know how... Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I'm pretty sure we've encountered a creature like this. A large dog that was on... How would
No,
Hate
there's
this...
an R2 enhancement for his whip.
Yes!
That just lends more credence to the idea that it was Scion who did this.
Perhaps
what those creatures are.
perhaps the Scions have some connection to whatever that floor is. It would explain why the dungeon would have troubles with it. If it's not magical in nature, it would have no way to predict its appearance. It'd be almost like an invisible roadblock. You're not going to hit it every time, but eventually.
That still leaves the question of who this Scion is and why they killed the Inquisitors.
The real question is how many dawns do they have?
I don't get it.
I'll get it.
Well,
You don't need to.
out of character is at least 7.
Rif-
Yeah.
Rifter just casually mumbles, well, like they're doing us a favor, really.
Not really, because then we have to defend that. And we didn't find the Scion, which means we're going to have to search more carefully. But the knowledge that whoever it was probably masquerading as another Domarov, a Subtilitas. Could mean this is tied to that Kaufman incident.
Perhaps.
That might be information valuable to Peril. Which
To each his
might...
own, but I believe that any excuse to get out of court, to reorganize, is a good thing.
Aye, and this might get us leave to head to the Voltron territories, try and find out who this Scion is. Because obviously they're masquerading as this Subtilitas who's been dead for years.
Years?
Aye, you weren't there for it, as I recall, but they were able to pull up the records based on the description of who gave the mercenaries that coin. And it was a Subtilitas who had been dead for... Out of character, I want to say 5 years? Is that correct,
It was
Walter?
a period of time that I myself, as a person, do not recall without looking at my notes.
Roughly 5 or so years. I don't remember the exact number.
Lore gives whatever the correct answer is.
And what of the description of the individual I saw in that building?
Lothar, would that line up with the, time frame that
The
specific
details that
sigil
you
thought
had
being used?
about the person as an individual was much more relying on their facial features as a Dragonborn, and given that the person had a helmet, it would not do. However, the timeline does line up such that it is back when the Subtilitas still had insignias, and the armor is close enough.
Okay. Good to know.
And it was obviously a Dragonborn, right?
Well, helmet would make it kind of difficult, at least.
Dude, that's his power. He morphs his head to be Dragonborn.
Of course.
But yeah, Rifter, kind of hearing all this out, he nods his head, but he does acknowledge one thing. He says, now, I know, coming from me, some might get the impression that this is hypocritical. But I say it's perfectly reasonable. I think maybe we should try talking to them, trying to be peaceful at first. After all, we don't really know this person's backstory.
We know that they tried to make us look as guilty as possible in the middle of court.
We know that they killed a bunch of people who tried to kill us.
I may have some guess. I think this Scion may have been hired by our princely friend.
At that point, Mr. Kidman Land just says, "Oh, excuse myself," and just starts walking away. Good luck.
Thank you.
Darius nods in response, but continues engaging in the conversation.
He basically
weren't
just... Okay.
Specific. We asked Prince Highstone to get the Inquisitors off our back. And he's already expressed his desire to sow chaos in the Empire. What better method than hiring a Scion to do this to one of the regional capitals? What better way to do that than hiring a Scion to nearly destroy Kosvin, one of the greatest centers of learning in the Empire?
Guess you're right.
If
It does line up.
it's him, if it's them, we put an end to this.
For now, though, we report our findings to Perlin, note the similarities in the description of the man that Strunhoff saw in the building to the man who paid the mercenaries, and see if we can find out any more from there.
Alternative thing, Strutnoff, would you like to give me a history check to recall one of the things that I told you many months ago?
Many months ago in campaign or in
About a
actual
month and a
time?
half in campaign and multiple months ago in real life. Alright, that's good enough. You would recall that sometimes by peering into the ethereal plane, you can not necessarily track exactly, but get a general direction of certain teleportation magics when they are used. That is one of the things that we talked about.
Oh, so something like see invisibility would work?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I should have thought about that. And you see Chernoff kind of just put his hands into his face and goes, "Oh, ah."
Something the
And
matter.
then no, it's just, well, nothing I can do about it now. And he explains about the time that he tracked Darius with see invisibility, and that how he could have tried to track the mysterious figure with the same ability, but crossed his mind in the ensuing chaos.
It's only been a couple of minutes. Perhaps there's still residues of the magic. If there is any magic at all.
Well, I can give it a try.
If you all check that out, I will attempt to find Perilyn and make my report.
Listen, all I'm saying is, back to the other thing. And as my friends just teleport away.
Oh god, I got my token stuck somewhere.
uh-oh. Oh no, he is stuck in there. He's in the wall. Let's DM edit him out. Darius, why are you trying to speedrun the get stuck any percent? Help, Step Paladin, I'm stuck!
Hold on, I can get it. I see the geometry that he got stuck on. I don't know how he did it, but I see it.
You're not about to see this geometry much longer. You're about to catch these hands.
Oh, Darius' sweet aura.
There we go. Geometry fixed. Now,
you
now
say that
extra
about my
pokey.
aura.
Yeah.
And while Sloric is waiting outside, I'm gonna use see invisibility and see what I can now see differently. If anything at all.
Give me just a second. Yes you do. So, very slightly at this point, it's exceptionally faint given the amount of time, so you're not able to pin down an exact angle, but it goes generally eastward.
The residue?
Yes, it does. It leads a path going pretty east.
Am I able to follow it?
You can, and as you go, would you like to give me an Arcana
Yes.
for identification of types of trails? Alright. It is a very long distance spell. The kind that can cross continents type of spell.
Am I able to tell that it's a teleportation circle, or is it something
You
stronger
are
than
able to
that?
tell that it is exactly a teleportation circle.
The question is, can you tell which direction it went?
Like I said,
East.
east.
And I come back over and I say,
Teleportation circle stuff, like all of the teleportation that is instant is a single straight, perfectly straight line. But at this point, since it
That
has
would make
been a
sense.
period of time since it has happened, that residue, rather than being straight, each little like piece of that line starts to separate from the others, and it becomes jagged and shifting and scattered.
but I can tell because I know the spell and the direction that it was a straight teleportation spell east.
Every teleportation spell leaves a straight trail.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I come back and I say, well, I've made some headway. What we've got here is we have a deliberate use of teleportation circle straight east. The residue is very faint, but there's no doubt about it.
About how far? Can you tell that? Because they might be Korheim if it wasn't too far.
Am I able to tell currently or no?
In regards to,
Distance.
yeah, you're able to tell that it is very, very far. That's part of the arcane gate.
I as a
Not
player know
arcane
that.
gate.
Teleportation circles.
Yeah.
I as a player know that it was very, very far. I was just asking as a character.
Yeah, no, but like, am I able to like get a numerical distance approximately
You
or
are
no?
not.
Unfortunately, no.
Like if
It's
they
just-
wanted to, so if they wanted to, it would leave the same trail, like the same type of trail, if they teleported to the Mages Guild at Sojupem. But if they did that, it would be going southwest rather than east. So it's not here. But the distance does not matter. All that you know is that it's generally eastwards with a very slight, like a little bit southy.
But if you're teleporting to cities and other like towns, you don't have to teleport to the guild there if there isn't one, or even if there is one, correct?
Right, you just have to teleport to some kind of.
So even if we were to ask the guild there if like types of people that pass through, he couldn't have. It's
He might
possible
have
that
gone there, he
didn't
might not have.
pass
That's a
through or
very
not.
fair point. Correct.
Yeah, he could have like a private teleportation circle.
Right. And
It smells like Costin.
unfortunately, no. But the closest place east would be Cosfin, I believe.
And you said it was straight east, or was there
Yes.
any?
Probably like east with either a little bit north or a little bit south, but not by much. It's just about due east.
Yeah. All
So
teleportation spells are exceptionally straight, and even with the trail being faint, I could still tell.
So then it's either Tarnos, Pam, or Cosfin.
It seems like it. At least that's what everything points to.
I mean, there's always the possibility. We have been hearing rumors, or not rumors, but reports of the explosion sound that happened past this continent. He could have gone even further.
You said it was slightly south. It couldn't have been Tarnos Pem if it was slightly south.
He said north or
East.
south.
Oh, okay.
East, slightly north, or slightly south. You can't tell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Like
thought he
it's
said
just
slightly
about.
south.
Yeah, it's like just about due east, give or take a little.
Okay.
So, given that information, yes, the assessment of either Tarnos Pem, like any of that line of stuff. It could be Tarnos Pem, it could be Krover, it could be Cosman, it could be any of those locations. In
It
that
could even be
direction.
Korheim.
Potentially, yeah. It's probably a little bit out of the angle, but if it,
Korheim is very
not
far.
Korheim.
it's pretty
Not
out of that
Korheim.
angle. Maybe
thought it was, like,
Runeweld.
pretty
That's
much
less out of
due-
the angle. But it's that direction. That's the
Oh,
important part.
my bad. I was mistaking the icon for Cosfin or Korheim because I couldn't zoom in very far. My
Gotcha.
bad.
The party has gathered that bit of information.
Well,
Other than that, I didn't see anything else in here.
that's information that we can give to the fuck. What's the name of a leader in the Delmarev? What's
Executor.
God damn it, executor. That's some information we can give to the executor, so he doesn't have our heads.
Certainly hope not, since that's all we really know.
I doubt that. I have no concerns on whether or not they'll think that we were connected to it. They could always use magics to determine if we're telling the truth, and that would of course come up that we have no clue what happened.
I am going to actually go ahead and walk up to. This is Lan, right? I'm just double confirming that that's Lan because they have the same token. Yeah.
The world may never know.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I
Mr.
was answering Hate's question and I turned off Brian. I'm so sorry.
It's
That
okay.
is entirely my fault.
That's perfectly fine. So I'm just gonna assume that's Lan since he's hanging out with the girl, and that means that he's cool.
That one is the wounded one. Lan went with Lork.
Oh, in that case,
okay.
I'll go ahead and I'll ask the wounded guy then. By the by, did you see the one that came with him? And I point over to the tiny tiefling child.
What?
Your
Ah.
coworker.
At that point, your girl responds saying, Lorik didn't. No one else came with Lorik aside from the kid.
Hmm. In that case, I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can find that guy. Casually.
Hate, would you like to inform him after he says that?
Oh.
Yeah, he went running, screaming, and she generally points in the vague direction he went.
And keep in
Yeah.
mind that this was like 8 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I understand that. I just tell the group basically, I'll be right back.
Would it be
And
fair to say that around this time Lork is starting to make his way back to the party?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lorik will probably get back in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
In character and out, probably. So, Mr. Knox, what are you doing?
I'm gonna just go over to this side. I'm basically looking around. I'm trying to see if I can find that guy. Basically, I want to track him. I want to try to see if I can.
Investigation disadvantage.
Okay. Cool. I'm okay with that.
Alright. Given how non-discreet of a face he had, you keep on thinking that you see him, but it is just another one of the guards.
I get disappointed. I turn back, and I just snap my fingers as I walk grumpily. Grr. Fucking red shirts.
I was
If
going to
only
suggest
he had
turning
an
yourself
actual...
in.
Sorry, go ahead, you first.
I was like, oh man. It's so... Internally, I'm like, I'm glad I didn't suggest he turned into the tiefling child before he went over there.
Dude, that'll be my bait.
I know, guys. This whole situation is kind of sus.
What's so funny about Sussus Inflamus?
I'm a great
Listen,
friend of
is
Charlie.
Captain Amarelf doing well? That's the only person here I care about.
Dude, I want to know about Captain Amarelf too, actually.
Captain Amarel.
Do you guys not even remember him from earlier?
I
Oh, was he
I
one of the
feel like
guys
it-
at the stable?
He was not one of the guys at the stable. The person who was at the stable was one of Rifter's almost murdered buddies.
Oh.
lol.
Which
no,
I don't think Rifter ever actually told you guys about, so oops.
you know, but yeah,
I'd ask
I
Dyer to make the check, but he... So let's go... Let's say Lorik. Lorik's probably the second most invested person in that. But
Okay.
Hate can make it as well.
History?
Yeah.
Come on, dice. Yeah.
Hate, would you like to make one?
Sure.
Alright. So, you remember that when you met Dyer's mom's group and fought the ice salamanders,
Oh, he's the guy at the
this is
homestead,
the
right?
family who put out that offer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure I could find him in like my data logs of like IRL memory, but now he's Captain Amarelf. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
Yes, he has a new glorious identity.
Yeah,
Who?
I agree.
Asked.
Cares, let's move on.
Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is we are not being executed at this very moment.
Yippee!
Haha.
The bad news
Everybody,
is...
hip hip.
Hooray.
The bad news is we are now officially on a mission to try and find this fake subtilitas.
I mean, I wouldn't
On a s-
necessarily call that bad. It gets us out of here like Nox wanted us to.
On a scale of 1 to Ract just died, how angry is Perilyn?
Lothar, can I give an insight roll for
You
a
could.
retroactive insight roll
Yes.
for Perilyn? Okay.
He's normally a very closeted person. Okay, well, he's normally a very closeted person, but given your experience with him, you're able to understand that even though he never shows his frustration ever, you would not believe that he is. So the best guess you could have, just given estimations, would probably be like a 3, maybe even a 2.
I would say somewhere in the 2 to 4 range, but definitely not nearly as bad as when Ract killed himself.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. But at least, I mean, apparently he's frustrated enough to assign us another responsibility, as he did then.
I actually asked for that responsibility to try and deflect a bit so that focus wouldn't immediately be on this trial.
Alright, but at least you have his support and the support of the Delmorevs in both of these locations, correct?
Aye.
Good enough, good enough.
And given what I think we know about the Scion, Sternhoff, were you able to narrow down any locations that they might have gone?
The only thing I know for sure is that it was a teleportation circle in the eastern direction.
So Tarnos, Pem, or Kosvin?
Tarnos Pem, then.
I would be the best place to hide, in plain sight.
And the best place to report back to whoever hired him.
You believe it was someone on the inside?
We can discuss the specifics back when we get to the in-room.
Aye. I know who you think was the orchestrator, but I didn't think he'd be that direct.
We can just cut to the party going home, or to the inn, if that is what you would like.
Yeah. That would
Especially
probably
since
be
Emma
ideal.
is already here, you guys are able to have a good time once you get there. Except Drifter, he does not have good time.
Wait, why don't I have a good time?
Fuck you.
Oh.
Damn.
And I mean that very literally.
Oh.
Because of course Rifter is the bottom, so he is not having a good time.
Yeah, like I said, that other session, you're getting pegged.
Rifter is actually mad now and goes into everyone's rooms and steals their pillows.
Yeah, you're gonna need them, you bottom.
I hold all the pillows in my bed and make a little fort out of them.
Ew.
It's hiding from the truth in that fort.
I'm hiding from my shitty friends who keep calling me a bottom.
You know, hiding in a pillow fort is pretty bottom energy, if I say so myself.
Well, you would know, bottom.
I would.
I mean, a real Sigma male would steal everybody's left sock.
And nut in them.
I was gonna say it, but I didn't want to.
Okay,
And now
anyway,
I'm even more upset
this
that
is
someone
getting
else
more
did.
an SFW, so...
Yeah.
So yeah, let's, No, I don't
Anyways.
necessarily think that it was direct involvement. I still think that he hired that Scion, and that with their ability to disguise themselves, that it wouldn't easily be traceable back to. So there would be no reason not to head Soju Tarnos Pem.
It's a fair guess to go first. Besides, I do find myself doubting why they would go to Kosvin after their failed attempt at a invasion on it.
especially as Executive Paralin has ordered the deaths of all the mercenaries involved. They wouldn't have the weapon strike down cost more.
Pardon, he ordered what?
When after we were assigned to the detail of bringing Ract back to Soju Pem, Paralin informed me that he had put out a writ for the deaths of all the mercenaries. All the mercenaries involved in the Coffin incident.
They were only as guilty as we were. They were being misled.
I made an attempt to appeal to Paralin, but he heard none of it. And I thought it best not to add our bodies to the pile.
Just as I thought, I was seeing him as a reasonable man.
Paralin has his own. He sees numbers and events rather than people and action.
Lorik, would you mind if I spoke on your behalf for just a moment?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I would not mind.
Okay. So, essentially, the way I would personally phrase it is that a lot of the viewpoint that Lorik would have picked up on is the idea of if part of being a mercenary leader, at least a legally licensed one, is being able to determine counterfeits. If they're not good enough to do that, they're a public, liability. That's his viewpoint. To which, Lorik, you may phrase that however you would like.
He saw it from as a matter of public safety rather than seeing the mercenaries as citizens of the Empire, regardless of the fact that the counterfeit was almost flawless.
What do you mean public safety? They were acting under just what they thought were the orders of the Delmarevs. That is, they were explicitly trying to keep the public safety.
But Paralin's view is that if they can't properly spot a false commission like that, then they are a hazard in their own right.
And yet he managed to get deceived and played by the exact same one. Maybe you should make a writ for his own death. I'd be more than happy to carry it out.
We don't know who's listening right now, so while I don't necessarily disagree with your sentiment.
I frankly do not care if he hears me.
Chad, which word are you talking about that he got deceived by?
The Scion. So essentially what Darius is saying is that the Scion deceived the mercenaries into trying to do something, and his Paralin's view is, well, if they couldn't tell it was the Scion and then it's their fault. But at the same time, right under his nose, in a court, Scions got away with stuff and went unpunished.
So, no. He's saying that if they're not able to properly identify, an illegal, non-real thing, saying, hey, yes, this is me, I'm Executor Paralin, I'm saying do this thing. If they can't figure out that that's not actually him who's doing it, then that's a problem. It is not that someone walked up and said, hello, yes, I am Executor Paralin. I am signing this here. It's, hey, here's a letter from Paralin, and it happens to be a forgery. So if you accept that when it is a forgery, then you could accept anything. That could be a forgery. Someone could order you to kill, like a legally allowable thing to kill Philip Bolstrom because he's a rogue now. And
Fair point. That would change my mind, but that doesn't change Darius's mind.
Yes.
This
Just because
change.
that's a different. Yeah.
This does not change Rifter's mind. As he enters this conversation, he just holds up his hands and he just says, "Ah, yes, because as we all know, forgeries are just so obvious."
The penalty for trying to not commit treason is death.
Fair King.
POV. No, sorry, I can't say that. Point of view. You are given a letter by the Delmarevs, who you can be sentenced to death for questioning. You don't question it. And then
You get
you get
sentenced
sentenced to death for not questioning it. He's saying this
No.
in character, by the way.
Yes.
I completely understand, but that is how he operates, and we are not in a position to alter right at this moment.
Aye, no wonder there's an insurrection boiling underneath his feet.
Excuse me, sir. Don't you mean surrender
We
or
could've
die?
been so.
Surrender and die.
We could have been
Excuse
so
me,
lucky.
sir.
In that case, we should rest up tonight and make our way to Tarnos Pem tomorrow. Speaking of, where is our good friend Interact?
I'm assuming he's probably in the barracks. Probably trying to smooth over whatever the hell happened in that courtroom.
Darius, are you still able to send
No.
boxes?
No, I'm not. He interrupts you. Are you still able to?
Oh
was
wait,
hoping
hate's
to-
not on this page. Hold on.
Hi.
Would you speak up for that? Let me go grab a UO.
I was hoping to inform him here and now that he could safely return to Hectorum, but well, I suppose I can head to the barracks on my own time. You all take care of whatever preparations you need to, and tomorrow we make preparations to leave for Tarnos Pem, unless there are any objections.
I think that sounds reasonable.
All right. And Lork leaves.
Lork leaves.
I'm
There he
going
is,
to.
goes back to the room.
I'm going to try to sleight of hand this pillow.
Wow, he's really on it. Roll me a sleight of hand. Also, why Doppler? Doppler, would you like to roll me a perception?
Um,
I'm willing to
No,
say
I'm
you
good.
have
He's got
advantage on it. Oh my god, so you notice and you just let him have it. I see how it is.
mm-hmm.
I take that one, and I try to take Schnapps.
What a dick.
I'm gonna throw out my back because of you.
Chernoff is going to die of a heart attack because of you, Richter.
No!
No, my spine's gonna collapse while I'm
Get
sleeping.
fucked.
My
So,
plan.
Schoenhoff, you see as Rifter grabs your pillow and as he pulls it, he trips and falls.
I just look up at you like the picture of the Pepe who with like his lunch like on the floor. I just look up at you like that.
Darius is watching this unfold with a like a bag of food in his hand, just munching it like
Is it the middle of the night
Uh,
or what?
I think it's just
this
a
is
little
like-
bit after that conversation.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Yeah, like moments after Lork leaves, Rifter goes full gremlin.
Yeah, well, okay. Carry on.
I like
You
how
know
you
I'm
were
right.
considering arguing and then you realized he was right.
No. I was going to, but it's not important. It's not important. There is
Yeah,
there's
let's go. Nice
justification
cope, nice
behind it.
cope.
Okay, all right. Um, but yeah, I just leave that be. I just give him back his pillow, and then
No, Shunoff, you look down at him while he's Pepe lunchbox, man.
I refuse to say anything.
I just give him the pillow and I just walk out. But I do attempt to sneak up on Lorik.
I've
You're able
already
to
left the
quickly
building.
rush down the stairs
I'm
and look
very
at Lor.
aware.
You see Lorica just as he leaves the bottom area, just like you never will. He leaves the building and like you know what? Fuck descriptions. This is why I build shit. Let's grab everybody and send everybody where they're supposed to be. Everybody is in the side, and you catch just as Lorik turns that corner.
Well, shit. I'm basically just trying to run up and throw a pillow at him. That's all I'm doing. I'm a little gremlin.
Alright, roll me attack roll.
You have double his move speed, so
I do have double his move speed. Could I sneak up on him while moving at almost double his move speed?
Technically,
more than
sneaking
actually.
would be half, so you'd be able to move at just about the same move speed, so go ahead and do it.
Okay.
And that would be assuming he's running, which he's not. Alright.
Yeah. I sneak up onto him and I throw a pillow at him. I'm just gonna do a
Attack
random
roll.
roll.
So describe your actions in whatever unfortunate detail you'd like to do, because this is the kind of D&D we're playing today.
I basically just walk up and like as I get right behind him, I say, I think this will help you de-stress. And as he turns around to face me, like I'm like 2 feet away from him, I just throw it and it just plops down and like slides down on his armor. And I say, huh, got him.
Counterattack time. Oh, wait.
Does the 27 connect?
The 27
Yes.
doesn't connect.
It's completely bashed in the face with a pillow.
I would go so far to say, Lorik, what is your strength mod with your enchantment?
It's a +4.
Alright, would you be willing to say, Mr. Rifter, that you get knocked on your ass?
I would be willing to say that I'm like stunned. I think Rifter can land on his feet from that, but
Okay,
it is
yeah,
like
yeah, fair.
and
You
just see,
stumble
like,
back a bit. Yeah, let's
yeah,
go with that.
it looks like a big dog licked him. Like his hair's all a mess. And he's like, "Well played," and he takes the pillow and goes back up.
Lorik just kind of shakes his head as he makes his way back to the barracks.
You do so. We return to the upper floor.
While Lorik is away from the party, I am going to take this opportunity to use the bathroom.
Okay, goodbye.
He can't talk right now. He's making piss.
Oh no.
The party is now having a little bit of breath of fresh air in the... It's not an inn. In the Mercenaries Guild, as you are simply resting and able to actually take a breath and really consider the actions that have unfolded tonight. I'll give it a minute.
Since Hate knows she's about to go to sleep, she's gonna whisper a lot of random curing words to herself so she can just be at full health without having to roll hit dice.
Understandable. Reminds me of that meme that we posted very early on of when you're playing a cleric or a paladin, you're like, I'd like to heal. The DM says what? You just gesture to your character sheet and shrug. Surely you can't be bothered to actually roll. Something covers it, right?
I want you to know that I almost took heal as my 6th level spell, and then I saw I saw Sunbeam, and I was like, no,
Yeah, absolutely.
A good man. A good man.
Prof, this is a long rest, so you don't need to roll hit die.
Oh.
Your hit die come back on long rests. You just heal.
Actually, on long rests, you get put at initiative 99. You burn a card of your choice and heal 2.
What if I use mana burn?
Then you die because you're breaking the rules, and cheating is punishable by death according to Executor Parolin.
Isn't everything punishable by death according to Executor Parolin?
Dying is punishable by death.
Yes, if you die, he will resurrect you to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know that that was genuinely the reason why I almost put Resurrection on my 7th level.
Lol.
I was like, oh yes, I can kill somebody and bring them back 3 different times with 3 different spells. It'll be beautiful.
That is actually kind of fucking disgusting, and I like
Oh
that
my god, I can
creativity.
imagine that as an interrogation tactic. You kill somebody and then resurrect them. Would you like to experience that one more time, sweetie?
Oh shit! Wait.
First, I planar ally. I sacrifice their own soul to the planar ally to make sure that they go to a bad place at the end of this, and then I bring them back to life. And I'm like, all right, so now that the deal's been struck, do you want to listen to me or do you want to just die?
How was your stay? Because technically, not all planes have linear time, time to each other. So theoretically, you could put somebody there, and they could be there for like, you know, hundreds of thousands of perceived years for the few seconds that they're there for you.
Dude, that's how she gets people to listen to her. Like they're just like, she's just, dude, do you want to go back? It's like, no, please, I'll listen to whatever the fuck you say.
The earthly
We'll have
concerns are no
two-
longer important.
I have 2 different ways to just send people to another plane without even killing them. Honestly, this is
She can just flat out send people to the Shadow Realm.
the part of plane shift that I didn't copy and paste was, yeah, so if you touch them, they have to make a charisma save, or you can just yeet somebody to whatever plane you want.
So long, gay Bowser's.
So I take it this means nobody's having any big discussion time.
Generally,
I take it
Lorik
that Lorik has
sleeps.
returned.
Okay, sure. Lorik has returned so that we can continue role playing.
Okay. In that
What'd you
case. Okay.
Well, I have informed Shiract. Lothar, what was Shiract's reaction to me telling him, yo, go the fuck home?
He was unsure, and he said that he'd give it a couple days, but then he will do so, unless you give him very explicit orders to the otherwise.
Now, I'm not gonna twist his arm here.
It is of his belief that he should remain here just for a day or two to make sure that this is the statement that is
Go
made.
the fuck to sleep.
Lorik is going to retire to the inn room, to his actual room to make some notes in his journal and probably just collapse.
Well, there he goes straight to. How are each of you? And he's like Darius still leaning in over the into the doorway, sort of like looking at everybody. How are all of you holding up? This has been quite a string of events that's happened. Good talk. And he turns around and walks to his room.
I thought it was going to be bad form to just be like, so what happened while I wasn't, hanging out with all of you?
Let's see. You weren't in the courtroom, were you? Oh, we can regale you with the incredible story of the people who were prosecuting us violently stabbing themselves to death.
It was awesome.
And it was, just to clarify, you guys didn't do it.
No, I
Wish
did
I
not.
had.
I'm just, like, now that we're in the comfort, comfort of our, own 4 walls, people are probably listening in, but, You don't have to worry about them. I am not currently a part of a group that's about to get any more trouble than usual.
They can't actually sentence me to the death penalty. I'll just go stick with the collector.
Yep, fair enough.
Only the rest were so lucky.
Oh, you guys all hate him. He says through like through the wall.
You know, I've come to the conclusion that being an outlaw, but not being able to fuck everything and run away, is way more lame.
Generally
mean-
speaking, when you're stuck dealing with the consequences of your actions become way more lame.
I agree. We should stop doing that.
I mean, I hate to disagree with you, but didn't we literally just kill a flaming monstrosity?
Yeah, I named him Greg. She like pats the warhammer.
Do you do that on your average Sunday or something? Like, it's not.
I mean, if we weren't, busy, I was about to conscript a bunch of you on a expedition into. She pulls out
We're not going
a
to that ice
slip of
plane, Hate.
papers.
I already know what you're going to say. We are not going to that ice plane.
The dogs are too big for you, Hate.
When Darius says, "Is that just your average Sunday or whatever day?" he said, Rifter looks at him like shocked and confused, like you don't.
You don't what?
Unlike
You don't just name your enemies.
No, I'm not saying naming the enemies. I was saying to fight flaming monstrosities that refuse to die and have resistance to magic.
Oh,
My
he still
point
says
is,
that.
what the fuck is a Sunday?
Oh, that's true.
That would be a Ferric, right?
Think so? Yeah. Ferric's the off day, you're right. Yep.
Not to get too political, but yeah, he basically just says, "Court is lame. I don't enjoy being there. I'm glad we're out."
It's an important civic duty, though.
We probably will have to go back after we resolve all this.
I mean, theoretically.
I could probably, for like a couple of hours of work, if we pulled together, say, 8,000 gold pieces of ritual essence, I could probably get an actual avatar of a god of law to be our lawyer.
Or we could all just hop planes.
Question to hate. Is that 8,000
Yes.
standard or is that 8,000 our Hectorum?
That'd be 8,000 standard.
Okay.
I need to update.
800.
Yeah.
You say
Yeah.
800 gold.
And 8,000 sounds funnier, though.
Yes, it does.
No,
That
Kate
extra
says
digit really
8,000 and she's taking the 1,000% markup for herself.
Nice hustle, nice hustle.
That is a good hustle. That is a good hustle.
Lork looks to the moths that have taken up residence in his coin purse.
At least it's
I
not
don't
empty.
believe that I have ever seen more than 50 gold pieces on each person at a time. So
Darius sort of like pulls out his coin purse. Well, now you've seen more, and then puts it back away.
certain religions believe in ascetic teachings that being poor brings you closer to probably some really sad and pathetic afterlife that I'd never want to be a part of.
The
Yeah, I was going to say
everyman
if
god.
that,
Who
if
would
that,
want to go to the communist afterlife?
I was going to say if you were going to say some stupid shit like it brings you closer to God or whatever, I was going to say that sounds really dumb and.
I
kind
mean,
of
really, it's just a
counterintuitive.
way of getting the poor to accept their position unconditionally.
Yeah,
Works
when are
wonders
we
for blind
breaking
people
into the
like rats.
palace?
Well, depending on if I'm right, maybe sooner than later.
We don't have a. Do we have a We don't have a teleportation. Zeus was the one that brought us there. God damn it, we have to walk.
I mean, we don't have to walk. but my method would be very convoluted and be very significantly worse than walking.
I just wanted to teleport.
Do we know how he did it? Could we replicate the effects?
We
With
would
his
need to know the
teleportation
circle
spell.
there.
Hmm.
Also, Lork is definitely talking about all this while he is lying face up on the bed.
He lays
Through the wall.
himself face up
Yes.
in attack position.
I'm just a kid. Just the 2000s playlist
I'm just
starts
a
going.
kid and life is a nightmare.
Services still exist at most large locations to be able to go to other ones, but the fees are generally to be avoided.
There's a reason we don't
That whole
transport goods.
interrogating someone and getting them to do what you want without paying.
Public enemy number 3. Hate.
You know, I do have something that may make things go faster on the way there.
Hmm?
Darius, do you think you could replicate a spell that I cast tomorrow?
You're going to have to be more specific than that.
A spell to conjure a creature to pull the cart.
Oh.
Maybe. I mean, potentially, yes.
If we have 2 of them, then that should actually allow us to move at a proper pace for a caravan.
Perhaps. I don't know what that would entail for me. I don't have any experience summoning creatures, so.
Wait, is this our goal? We're going to conscript something to do work for us?
Temporarily, then I intend to leave before... I intend to dismiss it before anything.
So, minor amounts of slavery? Though that's technically what we do to horses anyway, right?
And besides, this would be depriving an icon of its servant for at least some time.
Worth it.
I mean, I love how the party is split half and half by people who are like, man, gods are great, and people who are like, man, gods suck, and then there's just the opposite who's like, hey. And I think also Struenhoff who's like, hey.
With all due respect, Lathander, hell yes.
I'm just saying, I'm glancing at my summon and conjure celestial and trying to figure out if I want to just bring an angelic host to fly me so I can be lazy.
I mean, I doubt you could summon one that could. I mean, I don't want to underestimate you. Could you summon one that could carry all of us into carriage?
All of us? Absolutely not. Well, maybe, but then I'd get back into the having to bargain with something I don't feel like bargaining with.
And would you be able to keep it summoned long enough to actually make it to Tarnos Pem?
How far away is that by flight?
Or would you
Hey,
like me
how
to
do I
go
far
on
look
and
like I know
measure?
that kind of information? All I know is it's about a week by road. Maybe more.
Wait,
I thought it
to
was longer than
Tarnos
that.
Pem?
Oh, 2 weeks, my bad. It's closer to
Oh,
2 weeks, isn't it?
wait, I might actually have a plan. Hold on. Kate just leaves, goes into her room to think about something for a while.
Oh.
Well, that's not concerning at all.
Uh, so, for the record, if we do end up finding the creature, and she's not the dickhead, I think we should still try negotiating diplomatically.
I doubt that the Crown Prince is Scion.
I
The
meant
length of
more.
time that kind of thing would have to be hidden.
I was thinking more paid or hired.
Ah,
You know,
I
that
don't know.
relationship.
I didn't take you for an Imperial bootlicker, but all right.
Well, it's not that, obviously. And he gives Darius a, like, a stern, like, look. It's that who knows how he would have turned up, how Rifter would have turned up without us, without our support network. Being an outcast can lead you down a dark road.
Dark enough to serve the crown prince of the very empire that uh, condemns your existence.
Yes, if it's what leads you down that road, yeah.
Hmm.
There is safety to be found in selling out those who are like you.
Perhaps there's redemption and rebirth.
I know they probably don't have it easy, so I was thinking I could do something somebody never did for me.
I don't think that by this time they're too far gone.
I don't know. It objectively speaking, the direct actions that I know they're immediately culpable for, I cannot say that I disagree with their judgment.
So you too would set a portion of the city on fire to cover your escape, injuring dozens.
And killing others.
If
At
it
least a
meant
dozen.
if it meant a utilitarian outcome that resulted in more people being happy, yes.
Well, what people? Because you're sounding dangerously close to the UNT right now.
The downtrodden, the common folk.
Whose houses do you think that Scion burned down?
Whose houses do you think they would break? Him. And Rifter points to his underarm, like where his scar is. Do you really think that's a safe household to begin with?
Ah,
Lork
so
sees
it's
none
better
of
to
this.
burn it down.
If the costs outweigh the cons, if the pros outweigh the cons, yeah, I think it's worth it.
And so you're saying you also agree with him instigating a witch hunt throughout the city that would target those who haven't harmed anyone?
No, no, I can't. That one, you got me. And he like he kind of smiles and he kind of rolls his eyes. It's like, I think we've all done that one. No, I don't agree with that. But there's still time. I think. One mistake does not condemn a soul forever.
This is not one mistake. This is someone who has attempted to topple entire city.
He looks at you questioningly, and
You do not look at Lorik.
oh wait, oh right, you're not in the room. You're in your boy band room.
Darius sort of knocks on the wall. If we're having a conversation this serious, I'd like for you to be present face to face, Lorik. Nag, nag,
suppose.
nag, 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 he says out loud.
Yay.
But he just gives you a very questioning look because Rifter basically says, I would want that. A city's government, yes, I would be fine.
So you would be okay with hiring mercenaries to destroy Cosvin? You would be okay with destroying civilian households to cover your own escape and killing and injuring dozens of civilians on the way, loosing an abomination on the city to kill even more?
No, not all of it. I think that thing, yes, it was awful. I don't know why anyone would do that. You got me. But to kill that man, Philip, setting a fire? Yeah. For that? Every time.
You haven't answered my question about Cosvin. would you have set those mercenaries on the city and condemned them to death in the same stroke?
He shakes his head. No, I don't think that's right. I'm not saying there isn't malice, there isn't evil there. I'm saying the circumstances of his birth could not have been easy. Whatever road he led down, I don't think it was one made in the best headspace or with the best environment.
And I would argue that does not excuse someone from judgment.
If we gotta kill him, we gotta kill him. You're right, but it doesn't feel right to not try.
I suppose, but I would caution your attachment to this utilitarian, logistic view of life. I want you to understand the Yuan Ti are not evil. They have no malice. None. It is entirely logical. A trade of life. Everything is numbers. Everything is a power play. There is never malintent, just desire and sacrifice. You might consider it evil. I do. But there is no malice behind it. Careful how much you attach yourself to logistic thinking. Careful how much you attach yourself to utilitarianism.
Right. Intent.
Aside, how guarded do you think your mind is from the kind of psychic assault that that thing could unleash on you if it had any desire to?
I have no idea, but didn't kill us.
Yet. It
Yet.
didn't kill us yet.
And we don't know why. Listen. Intention is all well and good, but I'm a results guy. I care about the outcomes. Those outcomes, and he points to Darius, not exactly the best. Doesn't exactly help everyone involved.
It helps who they believe is important, and it helps who you believe is important. Who is to say that one is more right or more wrong? Morality is subjective.
Because I would help more people, I would do it not for selfish either.
One might argue that they help more people by subjugating them.
Truly a high intellectual argument from slaveholder.
Listen, you know I don't believe in anything that they do.
Oh,
But there are parallels to be drawn.
He writes down on a note. Not you. Helping is something slave owners do, and he writes helping in quotes.
In any case, if we waste too much time trying to reason with this thing, we only invite ruin. We only allow it to have more time to break our minds and
So, just real quick, we know that scions can create effects that are magical in nature but are not actually magical.
Right.
Do we know if they're immune to magics themselves? Like, if that reflects in that they are not affected? Like, are they entirely liberated from the world of magic? Or
Most, from what little knowledge you have, and this actually mostly comes from your investigations in Shabalo from some of the reading you did there, the scions themselves are not divorce of magics, but often their effects overrule, like magical effects of a scion generally overrules a magical effect traditionally.
okay, so like if there are
It
two
has
different
priority.
if there are contesting effects, it has priority, but they're still susceptible to magic.
Right. They themselves
Okay.
not being psionic themselves, but rather harnessing psionics, still experience problems.
By the way, Rifter does interject when Lork says what he says, and he just says, "See, this is what I'm talking about. It thing. We do not choose the curses nor the blessings we are born with.
No, but we choose what we do with them. And so far, the Scion has chosen to sow chaos wherever they go.
Because that's not what I'm referring to. Yes, he's done bad things. Of course he has. I don't deny it, but he's still a person. He's not it. Even now, while we're talking about him, we still call him an it.
This attachment to it, Laura, not Laura, Nox, is going to get you killed.
Maybe. But the right thing is never easy.
I just caution you to think about what you have at stake, and that is saving this one potentially unsavable monstrosity that controls and overrides magics. Truly worth the sacrifice of your mission.
It wouldn't be a sacrifice. It would be a benefit if I could convince him otherwise.
And if you can't, and you spend time trying to talk to it and it completely overrides, destroying your mind,
Well, it's a good thing that I have friends who will hunt it down and kill it.
so then you just give up. Your mission's just over. The Volstroms get to continue walking.
I do that every day. Every day that I exist, I always have the chance of just dying. That's life.
You
But
have the
we
chance
don't.
of dying, but you're choosing death.
I don't see it that way. I see it as a potential saving of another person.
Suppose it is your life. Well, risk your life in your mission however much you want.
Besides,
I have enough experience with things that worm their way into your mind that I'm not going to give it the chance.
Agreed.
he shakes his head. All I'm saying is, I could have ended up that way too. And he just goes to bed.
And Darius, under his breath, says, "And had you, I would have killed you all the same." He just into his pillow, and once he gets into his room, he just faces down. Just he's such an idiot. Just hold on, I can actually do this. He's such an idiot.
I know. But well, I guess if he didn't have us, he would be long dead by now.
Maybe.
You all hear a very loud "fuck" from Hectorum, and Rifter can see she's like holding a bunch of notes like that are all floating around her because she's too busy to like physically move them as she's just casting prestidigitation to keep them up in the air. And she's like, I'd probably only shave off like a couple of days and I would need far more resources than I actually have. What was everyone talking about?
So you
As you
guys
see, the
know
hallway is
the
cleared out.
you know the meme where they're sitting there and all the numbers are whizzing past? It's literally that.
True.
Like the prestidigitation has the numbers floating in front of her, and they're just whizzing around, colliding into each other to create new numbers.
You want to know the sheer convoluted plan ended up being simplified down to casting plane shift twice, and that was still more expensive than just paying for the teleport circle.
Huh.
Do you think I was for withholding the information of what Perilyn ordered for those mercenaries?
Darius sort of rolls over onto his side and thinks for a moment. I don't know. I think in your situation, I might have made the same decision. It's hard to say what was right.
I think I was worried that, well, Rifter, for instance, would have taken it as a call to arms, and we would have been arrayed against Perilyn right from that moment on. And that's not a fight that I'm willing to take.
Not yet, anyways. It's truly incredible how we managed to find more and more despicable things that happen from the Domarevs and in the Empire. And I thought I was getting away from savagery.
You are, bit by bit, as you help us fix what is here.
Perhaps, and then I can steamroll my way back home and put an end to that.
But how much of that savagery do you think is because of this war that keeps getting perpetuated?
I think that I can't say that my town was, my home was unaffected by the war. There was definitely some motivational push, and it definitely accelerated the rate at which power struggles occurred, but as far back as I go in our history, it's never been different. It's always
So,
been the struggle for an anathema. An anathema is born, the society collapses, and then is restarted.
okay then, what about other inhabitants of the Savage Kingdoms aside from D1T? What about that city that you and the others went to, Chibalo?
Chibala was far from the borders, but so I don't know if I can rightfully say how much influence the wars had on them. I do know that many of the neighboring towns that were human or human occupied had many Perunian soldiers passing through, taking quarters, and leaving, coming back injured. When I stayed there with them, anyways. It's hard to believe so much of my life was spent in a fringe town, away from everything of home, but still managing to not wake up yet. There's only one good thing that Dundar did for me. It was expand my mental capacity enough to feel. But anyways, to put it simply, I don't know. I know that the Prune Empire is instigating a war that is not helping anyone. They're not gaining ground. Sure, the border has expanded, but they haven't actually taken anything. They haven't actually solved anything with the war. It's just more bloodshed over make-believe lines in the ground.
So, say we are able to do something about that war by somehow fixing the problems here. Say that Nidhogg being sealed away by those genies does something to awaken the other Yuan-Ti. Say that by somehow ending this war, we are able to open actual peace talks with the Savage King. What
I
then?
would be I would be fine when we would have peace then, if it weren't for one problem. Nidhogg isn't the main patron of the Yuan-Ti. When the Yuan-Ti made their pact with Seth, they lost the biological function of emotion. And which makes it rather ironic that Nidhogg be a secondary patron for the Yuan-Ti, considering his realm deals with dreams, a construct of pure emotion. That's why I said I believe he was the one that awakened me. In order to connect better with his power, I assume that I had to have emotions of my own.
Perhaps. Well, let's get some sleep. We'll get that writ from Perilyn tomorrow, and we'll be able to get on our way to Tarnos Pem.
Yep. I could do with a good hibernation.
Is there anything else anyone else would like to do in this? You know what? Yeah, we can go to the next morning, actually. We'll probably call it in a little bit, but not too much. But we can still get a little bit done.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and stop that sound. Hey, now, stop that sound. Does any other shenanigan occur
Shenanigan?
to cause shenanigan over the shenaniganers night?
Rifter steals Darius's pillow. No, I'm just joking.
Darius stabs Rifter with his own pillow.
Darius? Yeah, no. Darius summons the lance through the pillow and smites him at fourth level.
Darius
Well,
used minor illusion to disguise multiple caltrops as a pillow.
Do I still have minor illusion? I
I
don't
don't
have normally
care.
have banknotes.
You did it anyway.
Darius kills Rifter.
yeah,
Lork
he had it
just
coming anyway.
no. Lork just wakes up the next morning to Darius like his spear in Rifter's body. He just goes, "I worry about him sometimes."
Is that saying that about Rifter or about Darius?
Yes.
Yes.
Huge.
Q gay.
You are mom gay.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I will say, if there's a library, Rifter goes to the library for the first time probably ever. And he would like to try to figure out as much as he can about scions and how they work.
Okay. Would you like to give me an investigation with disadvantage?
Sure.
Finally happening, guys.
Also, I think this is the second time you've gone to a library because I think you went in Cosfin.
Okay, to read.
We're
Yeah.
fucking
Okay,
reading.
fair. As expected, basically all of the stuff about scions is kept very closely under wraps, and almost all of it you find is already pre-censored or otherwise limited in information. Ask me one very, very specific question on it.
I would like. Ooh, okay. I actually had two, so that's. Ooh, give me a second. Let me think. Um, I would like to try to figure out to what degree scions are like normal people, I guess. Like, is it like Warhammer where it's like being born a psyker kind of fucks you up and makes you like insane, or is it they're just normal people but they're X-Men?
The texts explain that all scions are inherently born evil, and the act of being a scion and being able to understand other people simply leads to a elevated sense of self-importance and a lack of caring for others' lives. But being Rifter, you understand that this is obviously subject to propaganda that such books would allow.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Yeah, I was getting the sense that doesn't sound too true. All right. So yeah, Rifter satisfied with his findings, he'll head back, probably with some food or something.
Right. Yeah. In the morning, Hate immediately goes and starts begging everybody for money.
Why?
Well, I really want to cast a spell, and I need a lot of components for it. And by everyone, I mean like the party, not like more than that.
Hey, you know I'm broke, right?
Same.
Ask.
Well, Lorik is going to attempt to figure out if Darius can actually
How much you
cast
need?
Find Seed.
45 gold it's 10 Octorm gold to regular, right?
Yes.
10 regular
Yeah.
gold to 1 Hectorum.
Sorry,
So
yeah, that's what I mean.
if the spell says 450, it is 45.
It is, well, it's split across two things, but yeah, it's 450 that I
So if
need.
the spell says 900, then it's 90 that you can do twice.
What's the spell?
Legend lore.
Oh.
Alright, cool. Here's 30.
Oh.
Right, thank you. I still need. Actually, let's see. I know I do not. I have 4 that I can contribute myself, guys. I'm fully willing to contribute it.
Oh, I'm sure Darius is good for the 11. After all, he's got that big coin purse he showed you.
You know, he did show off that big coin purse, and this is for the party, so.
Darius hibernates nervously.
I gave fucking 30. Give 11. Rifter, steal 11 from him.
Rifter won't do that because he's moody. I don't know.
Okay.
No, I can't give you 11 gold. I need to invest all of that into crops
Bonk.
before winter comes, so that we can have money for
Like the
upgrades to the
melons
farm.
and not the melons, the pumpkins and the
Yeah,
And the cabbages.
and the corn.
and the corn.
And the cabbages.
No,
Plus,
not cabbages.
pumpkins are a loved gift for Lorik, so I need to stock up on gold stars.
What?
If you get a couple gold star pumpkins, it would be great.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with all these pumpkins?
Eat them. Are
Yes,
you,
but there's
are you
too many of
fucking
them.
stupid?
There is 30 pumpkins right here. This isn't a fucking math problem.
Lorik
Eat,
has
just
30
eat,
pumpkins. If he
eat the
eats
pumpkin.
2.5 pumpkins for lunch, 1 pumpkin for dinner, and half a pumpkin for breakfast every single day, what meal will he be on when he runs out of pumpkins if he starts on breakfast?
Just eat the fucking pumpkin, Shinji.
I mean, it's only 2 pumpkins a week.
I mean, yeah, fair. So that means you've been giving him pumpkins for 15 weeks. It's very simple. Anyway,
Darius sort of like groans and rolls over in bed to see Hate standing in the doorway like a child who just peed their pants. What do you want?
11 gold.
Elaborate.
Um, I need some ivory strips to go along with some incense that I was going to get so that I can get the gods to tell me literally everything that they know about the scion that we're chasing down.
You're not Rifter, right? You're not
No.
him in disguise. Okay, my coin purse, and he sort of like points to like underneath one of the stand, like behind one of the beds, like the poles of the bedstand. He says, "It's there. Just take 11."
Cool. I do, and I jollily walk off to go purchase the stuff that I need to cast the spell.
fantastic.
It is now canon because Darius asked as if Rifter would just say it. That Rifter would just be like, "Yeah, it's me." If it was actually just him.
What I imagined by that is Rifter would be like, "What? Of course not."
Dude, yeah,
He
of
he
course
would
not.
he would try to sell it too much.
Nah,
There's
dude.
as they
Listen,
walk away.
why
There's
would
interest
Rifter
on
want your coins?
trade offer. I receive 11 gold. You receive.
Very good.
All right. Well, you know, I'll be making all those purchases. Those very, very necessary purchases.
Yes. When you cast the spell, I will let you know that you will not be receiving that information today because based on the nature of the details, I will give you very, very specified answers.
Yeah, so before I cast the spell, I go gather the party and I ask them to tell me literally everything they already know about the guy we're trying to target.
I was gonna say, before that, Lorik does go to find Perilyn to actually pick up the writ.
You do so.
Okay.
Legend Lore's more effective the more I already know about the target. Mostly because it's letting me like narrow down on the target easier from my understanding of the spell, not because it actually cares if I know who the like I don't need to know the information ahead of time to get information. It's just easier to parse.
Have we considered the possibility that this scion may in fact actually be the Subtilitas, and that they've basically been in hiding all this time?
Possibly. But also, if that's the case, I will likely find out by casting the spell.
This is true. So, we know that they also have some form of arcane magic, as Strunhoff was able to trace the teleport. Would you say that we are certain enough that we know they are working for Prince Seiron?
Scion, Seiron.
Both do sound similar.
I'm really glad that Rifter is not your guys' lead investigator.
Same.
Everybody whose name can even slightly be said similarly gets treated as the same human.
True. Rifter is just racist against humans.
Yeah, honestly, imagine if Ian was actually good at playing his character anyway.
What?
I said imagine if Ian was good at playing his character anyway.
Wait,
Oh, I get it. I get it.
I don't get it. Who's Ian?
You.
Wait, why am I Ian?
Ian, very similar
Tyron,
name.
Sayron, whoever.
Oh, I get it. Okay, fuck. Well, you know what?
The fact that she didn't get it makes that joke like 8 times better.
I genuinely did not get it. I was like, what? I don't.
You are a small brain.
Wait, are you turning into JC? That was the only person I know that goes buh buh.
Buh.
Hey, he stole that from me.
No,
I'm happy now.
definitely not true. I stole from you, which you stole from whatever the show was.
JC's buh has a unique level of cringe that I've never heard you use.
And honestly, I'm proud of it. Damn it.
What? What? I thought we were all just friends here. I didn't know we were coming for blood.
No, it's not a large amount of cringe. It's just a unique.
All right, sure.
I hold my cringe with honor, Imperial. Can you say the same? No.
Bonk.
No, can yours say the same? Damn it. My ancestors look at my cringe with honor, Imperial. Can you
With
say
pride.
the same?
Yeah, and your ancestors are going to be laughing their asses off as the Thalmor come and destroy all of Skyrim.
Yeah, very obviously, Rifter is shit posting. He's making a joke.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell, so thank you for clarifying.
In any case, do we know enough to say with certainty that the Scion is working for Prince Seiron?
I mean, we can just assume, we can just work with what we know and say that it's highly likely. I just need to compile all of what we know before I cast the spell.
So they either have some ability with arcane magics or an item that can replicate their effects as they were able to teleport. They either are or are assuming the form of that Subtilitas who is said to have died around 5 years ago. We know that they were behind the Cosvin incident. And we know that it is likely that they are in service to Prince Seiron. Did I miss anything?
Darius, still face down on the pillow. He was recently Soldier Khan.
This is true.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do we think that's all that we're going to be able to put together before I cast this?
So all that we are at least somewhat certain on.
Got any rumors, legends, general, lore?
Aside from general knowledge of psionics, which is somewhat under lock and key. Not particularly, no.
Oh yeah, I'll look at Rifter and ask him to just say the stuff he had learned from the books, including his own insights on, if he thinks these are propaganda or not, etc., etc.
Oh, yeah. He basically just says bunch of bullshit. That's all he basically says on the matter.
All right, I'll add the nugget of internal information of psionics are known, but kept the information is kept under lock and key.
Good ad.
There's also the connection with the creatures from the Hell Floor. If that even
Yeah,
is a connection.
So hey,
that
basically, just send me a DM of everything you can that you're going to say. You can say it in as many pieces as you want, and just when you are done, just text done.
all right.
So even
Well,
if you
that's
don't
gonna.
want to do it for like a day or two, and you keep on like asking people, you can continue to do that if you so wish. Or you
Then
could just type
also,
everything right now and say done now. Whatever works.
everyone, just send me. Well, I'm just gonna click this spell since we're casting it. But everybody, send me what you can, and then I'll compile it and send it to JC.
I'm already gave you 11 gold. Leave me alone.
I like the idea that this spell is specifically contacting JC's avatar and is like, "Hey,
Oh, you're
tell me,
contacting Low?
tell me
Hello.
everything
Hello,
about this
Lo.
one dude."
Yeah, we're talking to Lothair. We're not talking to JC.
Very wise. Yes.
I get all of my answers in either references to why slimes are so amazing or yes, very wise names.
Wise posting.
Because you see, Cadwin Highstone is the father of Saron Highstone. The end.
Philip Volstrom is the current leader of the Volstrom territories.
Wait.
The collector is not a normal museum curator.
There is no war in the Perun Empire.
Can you imagine if we just sat, like, if I cast the spell and then we just got loading screen tips about all of the characters that I use it on?
Speaking of,
But
how... Let me pull up the Our Hectorum compendium.
the Philip Bolstrom one would technically be incorrect. At least in current
It's from the
timeline.
previous patch.
Okay. True.
You don't know. You don't know if he's alive or not.
Listen, I'm certain he's dead. There's no way he could possibly come back.
I mean,
And
he
I'm-
said it himself. He hates resurrect mechanics.
And on top of that, dude, like I'm pretty sure that guy Jason, yeah, he's definitely dead. He could never come back for a sequel.
Listen, I want you to know that any statements about my death have been greatly exaggerated.
By the way, happy
This
Friday the
attempt on my
13th.
life has left me scarred and deformed.
Ahmad, Rift's old friend, has extensive connections in the Thieves Guild and is adept with finance and logistics.
That's actually a good one.
I wonder if there's ever going to be a reason to go back to Shupom Dustiter.
If I told you yes, would that be spoilers?
Probably, but also don't care.
Don't care, didn't read.
Who
A
asked
reason to
anyway?
go back to where?
Dude, I really want to go back to the Volstrom territory.
If you're planning on it, just talk to me about it because we should have conversations about the home.
I agree.
Does that mean it's the end of this session, or?
Probably. I'd say we can do a little bit more. The morning has arrived. What's everybody else doing? Which I guess really is just Doppler since he's the one who's not there with them.
Yeah, I'll wander around and check out the message boards.
Okay. There's a couple updates about some of the mercenary clearings nearby. The finally killed out the pirate king who was causing a lot of terror in the south side of the Southern Sea. There's important for you. There's a big breakout in Sharanthamar of the Necrosis Plague, which is the Elven capital.
Ooh, well that's not good.
There's also some new wines that have been imported in town. Some cerulean wines that recently had a delivery, and a merchant is looking to sell them. And the last big bit is some teaching lessons on which tool? Let me roll that tool. I just wrote down musical instrument and never filled it out. Hold on.
Yes, it is my favorite instrument. Musical
On
instrument.
drums. There are musical instrument teachings for drum lessons available.
Yo, fuck all the rest of this. I'm gonna go learn how to play drums.
Honestly, that is a
Figuring
pretty hate
out
thing to
the
do.
conspiracy and unraveling the entirety of the Perun Empire's corruption broke. Learning how to do some sick drum riffs based.
Tomorrow morning,
Exactly.
Darius is going to get on that Sigma Male grind set and go buy all of the cerulean wines and then upsell them in our Hectorum.
Evan, tell Lauren she's purple.
You mean this morning, right, Darius? We are leaving.
Oh, fucking fine. I'll... whatever.
Why is Lauren purple?
I just wanted to say purple.
Okay, good.
All right. At this point, Doppler comes back to the party and starts talking to them about the message that he saw about the outbreak of the plague. And essentially spells out how he feels like his main purpose was to combat this plague, and he hasn't really done that. So he's gonna go pursue that, despite how important and pressing these matters are with, all the corruption and stuff, and chasing down the Scion and all that things. That I need to pursue my own goals and do this. So in other
The war up
words,
north, we fight the war down south.
yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna go take care of the plague stuff. So I'm gonna have to split off from you guys for a while, at least.
Akela is undecided, and if you're willing to give her the day, she can talk to you or whatever.
Okay. Cool. Basically, I can't make Fridays anymore.
Oh,
Unlucky.
Yeah.
sorry.
Yep.
I'll miss you, buddy.
Yeah, I'll miss you too.
Yeah, this was super, super fun.
Yeah.
Damn. That's Pepe hands. I really wanted to play with you more, Rain.
I know, I've been enjoying it too. But
Now I'm
my
gonna
wife
be
got me
playing
into
with you.
volleyball, and that's on Fridays, and so it's like a couple thing for us to do together. So I need to kind of prioritize that.
That's very fair. But now you don't
Sports
play
ball,
HOTS,
net,
and now you
spike.
don't play D&D anymore. What am I gonna play with you, Rain?
Hey Chad, can I encourage you to play a card game called Legends of Runeterra?
Fuck that.
Oh no.
League
Oh,
of
no.
Legends
play-
bad.
Don't do it.
Can I encourage you to play a card game called Gloomhaven?
Yeah, can I
see you guys.
encourage
I
you
have
to
to
play
go
a
to
card
bed.
game called Gloomhaven?
I respect it.
Wait,
Rain, it was
Where the fuck
really,
did Chad go?
he yeeted off this mortal coil. Anyway, but Rain, it was really cool to meet you and play this game with you, bro.
Agreed. Y'all are awesome people.
Thanks. You too.
What a sour moment to end it on, but a sweet one as well.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like, I'm like, oh no, Doppler, because I don't know if you remember early on, when we were all just a bunch of fucking scattered nobodies that had no chorus or rhyme or reason. It was just chaos. Doppler,
Not just chaos?
it is, but it's a lot more organized now with established relationships that we all care about each other. Early on, Doppler was one of the few nice people to Rifter very, very early on.
Oh yeah, you kind of got treated like shit at first.
I kind of did, yeah.
I
I
mean,
forget.
when
How
you
did
when
how
you
did Lord
literally
treat
in the
yeah?
Go
okay.
ahead.
How did
No.
Lork treat Rifter early on? I genuinely can't remember.
It was basically, grr, I'm stern and moody. And then you were like, grr, I'm stern and moody. And then,
And he was also your slave. Wait, no, never mind. He was his
Yeah,
slave
that was
master.
just for Dyer and Darius.
Remember, Lorik was a slave master back then.
Darius was just like, you're a piece of shit. That's reinforced by the fact that you killed people right in front of us, abusing our trust. Or tried to kill Philip.
that may be fair. That's fair. But from what I remember, the few comments that we had, like very, very early on before basically Dyer and you opening up to each other, and then Rifter was like, okay, these are the boys. Basically, put everything pre-Civil arc, Civil War. Whoa, Civil War arc. It was just like, dude, there's a guy. Oh my God, we're gonna get killed. And you're like, haha, I've slashed him. Good job, comrade. Like very like
It's
militaristic. Yeah, I have killed it to death. We have done the killing together.
I am going
Good
to
work.
kill enemy NPC.
As a wise man once said, I view things very utilitarian.
The chaos here is so thick I can taste it.
Ryan,
And then,
Oh, I love irony.
thank you so much for being able to show up here and be here for most of these Fridays. I know it's been a little bit rough at time, but I, for one, have greatly enjoyed having you here and really look forward to hopefully being... God, I'm choking up on it. On being able to have you again for it sometime, buddy.
Yeah, I hope so too. I really enjoyed this. My first experiences with D&D kind of like sucked. This was so much better than that. So,
Yeah. I'm glad to have had you around, buddy.
yeah, definitely.
Man, and the music had an emotional swell there and everything. Now I'm feeling sappy and like my emotions don't matter. I love you guys. Thank you all for coming to the stream, and thank you guys for being a part of it.
We all love you too, Lothair.
Catcha.